Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Metro Icon Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please make sure you guys push that subscribe button to DIA Media to get updates of all the episodes coming out. Speaking of which, this is episode 65, and it will be the end of season 3. Not the end of the show. We definitely are not doing that just yet. But end of season 3. We've put 30 episodes into this season. It's been a really great progression to the show, but I definitely need to do some updates and take care of some things. There's some stuff that we're trying to handle, but definitely need to also update a little bit of my system and definitely want to bring a lot more progressive elements. If you guys didn't notice in the last good handful of episodes, we've had to readjust. We'd have it to calibrate due to some technical issues and stuff. This laptop is just not cutting it like it used to. And just got to work and hustle to get the proper upgrades to give you guys high quality content when you watch the episode. But of course, make sure you guys are following me on my platforms regardless. And check me out on my website, www.theshowman.live, or you can go to my Instagram, at Shawn Kay Doitall, to get updates of places that you're going to see me, shows that are going to be coming out. I'm working on a lot of different things, but definitely will be coming back stronger, and still got some interviews lined up, so hopefully it won't be too long of a hiatus before we bring back season 4 of the Metro Icon Podcast. Of course, every single week you can catch me hosting Bingo Karaoke Tuesdays at the Library Bar from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. in downtown Fort Worth. And then on Wednesdays at Scout inside the Statler Hotel from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And in case you guys don't know how Bingo Karaoke works, bingo numbers are called with every karaoke singer that comes to sing on stage. And even if you're not singing karaoke and you're playing bingo for free, you have the chance to win gift cards to the establishment that you can use towards your tab. Mojo always gets very sad because Daddy has to work many nights, so that's why he's in a mode right now. But whichever case, we do appreciate you guys following through, and appreciate the support, and hopefully we can come back into season 4 much stronger and way more clear and updated to what we got going on already. So other than that, man, we are closing season 3 with a really good comedy homie of mine, an amazing, passionate comedian around the DFW parts, and a solid comedy producer, producing shows and bringing in results in film, putting asses in seats. This guy is super, super passionate, and it kind of goes into a very deep mode, and he gets very, very vulnerable and personal. I'm excited because I think that a lot of people can really feel where this guy is coming from. So go ahead, turn your speakers up. Here's my episode with DFW comedian, show producer, the one and only Matt Edmonds.
Oh, this stuff is really fresh.
You could do it all.
You can't.
Do it all, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Metro Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Shawn Kay the Showman of Doitall Entertainment and DIA Media. And what do we do on this show? We talk about the world of entertainment and media and the icons that live in it. Are they icons? Are they on their way? Well, let's find out, because this is a very passionate DFW comedian from around the ways. We have life and stories together, but he is definitely a character without a doubt. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my homie, Matt Edmonds, everybody.
All right, let's get this.
We'll start off with saying that's what applause it sounds like.
Okay. I don't know what they normally sound like, so it's just
no. You do. You know what they sound like, but when you do get them, that's when you're like, oh, shit.
I'm so sorry. I love this moment.
This guy is a passionate comedian. He's also a show producer. He is actually created some fantastic results. Way better than, I will say, way better. I keep looking over here. I used to have the camera over here, and then I switched it. Yeah, it's just so that for the split, it looks better. But this guy has put on some fantastic shows, and I have been witness to. Yeah, let's get to know him better. Thanks for coming in, Matt Edmonds.
Hey, I appreciate it for having me out here, Shawn. A lot of it was inspired by you, though, bro. Like when I first started comedy, you wore a shirt one day and it stuck with me. A real showman shows up.
Yeah, showman shows up.
I think that was like week 2 of comedy. Hell yeah! If you haven't, go. It's probably a link in description somewhere. Go buy that shirt.
No, actually, I just realized it's not actually, it should be. It should be.
I got the shirt and it was like 6 sizes too small, but that's fine. My niece loves
Or
it.
you got 6 sizes bigger that by the time that shit got delivered.
That's probably accurate. But yeah, no, the show's been fun, and they've definitely been inspired by you. You got me on one of my first setups. I've been blessed to be put in positions where I've been able to work with good talent, and then on top of that, nobody in DFW except for maybe you and then one other comic one other guy out of Fort Worth even keeps up with our promotions. So, and that's just because I see you and I see him and I'm like, okay, what can I take from that and put it in my show and do it a little bit better or do it a little differently? Because I've been in your shows and some of them are just like one of the
came to my first show ever, actually.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I think that is actually our tip-off point to our relationship. But yeah, man, and that was like a very positive. Man, this fucking.
Can you hear that in the background? I could barely hear it. Some guy doing his lawn.
Yeah, well, just while you were talking, I thought it was Mojo groaning. You notice how he's kind of he's pushed the door open a little bit.
I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a dog in the background.
Puppy
in the picture.
They can't. Well, they can see the door kind of opening. Actually, it looks a little paranormal. But
it's Halloween. If anything's possible.
But yeah, no. Mojo got kicked out for being in the way. So but that's how it is. You gotta
let them know. See, my dogs, they be barking out the storm. That's why I can't do podcasts.
Yeah,
at my house.
No, 100%. I don't think so either. I've seen the Instagram video when you call. So
they're bad. They're bad. They're loud.
Would you describe your life as chaos?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
It's exceptional on most days. It's the biggest roller coaster.
I do believe that you are happy in your life.
Most days.
Yeah, most days. I mean, and this is a game that I'm 99.9% are coming from people who are very high anxiety ridden people.
Yeah. There are those days that you're just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And like, I don't answer phones. I
have that.
Yeah. You just got to take a step back.
You just disconnect.
And doing the comedy game. A lot of people say comedy comes from pain.
It is.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
That's a huge understatement. And I just look at every day as like, everybody makes a joke, oh, it's a present treated as such, but that's a true statement, You've probably lost a lot in your life. I've lost a lot in my life. My stepdad was a big inspiration for getting my butt behind and grabbing a microphone and then doing it real big for him.
Shout out to stepdads.
Yeah, stepdad's
like
a good
me.
dad. And they step up and do the job, man.
Yeah.
Are we cheersing to this? Are we cheersing?
Oh, yes.
You've been
Man,
sipping
I
without
started
cheersing.
sipping. How dare I? The signature drink, Matt. He was like, should I grab beers? I'm like, I got beers, but if you want the signature, he's like, I'm doing whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do, baby.
So that you're taking the first sip. I've been sipping. Go ahead. And this is my classic. I call it the Show Fashioned, which is simply Evan Williams honey bourbon on the rocks.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. Evan Williams, shout out to you. We love you.
And I'm happy that I had a chance to serve you a drink. God damn it, my camera keeps going in and out. I'm glad I had a chance to serve you a drink because, and I know I can tell you this story because you definitely don't work there anymore.
No. We can talk about it. Yeah. I have a very emotional person. I wear it on my sleeve. There's never going to be a moment where you do not get 100% genuine me in the moment.
We there's so many because there's two elements of something I want to talk about. One being the story when you were working at Sidecar Social when I came with George Red. That was one story where I'm just like, this guy's a giver, okay? But
yeah, screw you,
but
Sidecar.
Then the other point off that story is the fact that you don't work there, and I want to talk about your job fluidity. Let's just call it that. Your job consistency.
I audition for jobs well.
You audition well.
I'll never be without a job. I'll say that.
So let's go. Let's start with the story, and I'll just essentially sum it up. Where I was with George Red, shout out homie, the pendejo out in New York. George Red speaks, and I think we just met at TK's for a second, and then we kind of he was like, "Yo, let's go to Sidecar, have a drink, whatever." And you happened to be working in the back. And we were just shooting the shit. I was like, "Oh shit!" I introduced you guys.
Yeah.
And and then I told him like, "Hey man, you should put him in Comedy Junkie Society,"
which is awesome.
I'm like, because these dudes passionate. Man, since I don't have a Facebook, I'm just you're
not even there. You're there, but you're not there.
You can see me there. You just have to search meta copyright infringement. That's what you got to fucking find.
No copyrights today. We're gonna keep that show.
No, yeah, fucking Facebook. I've been trying to get that shit back, but I mean, because I just
start a new one, man.
I don't want to, dude. I've tried to mentally put myself in a way to like start a new one, and I probably should, but I just don't want to. I don't know. Like there's something where like I'm kind of trying to figure out the model with Instagram, but like the thing is when it comes to comedy, man,
it's all Facebook.
It's all
unfortunately.
on Facebook.
It's like 1997 called and wanted MySpace back. And because Instagram doesn't do the group chats.
I'm being mad stubborn about it. But then I got to get re-inducted into college.
Yeah, you could just be like, I'll just put you on tonight. Whatever. We'll just do
so
it.
Fucking funny.
No, the Comedy Junkie Society definitely helped me out a lot. It showed me a lot of what I want to do and a lot of what I don't want to do.
Yeah, and we'll go back into that. But back to the story. Before you got inducted, though, and maybe this was a big catalyst to that, but this motherfucker... I ordered one drink. I don't think I paid for that drink. Maybe I paid for the first one, but did not pay for a single drink after that. And he would just out of nowhere, not even asking for consent, just be like, "Take it." And I'm like,
"This is one of those things. It's like you see an opportunity, you gotta take it." Now I did pay for all those drinks.
Yeah,
I put them on a side tab and paid for them at the end of the night out of my tips. I knew what I was doing getting in there. I knew who I was talking to, and I know. Like at the time, and still, you're one of the best producers in the DFW. And
well, I appreciate that. I'm getting a lot of props and a lot of credit.
No,
but
no. You should.
I should. But again, here,
give the roses when they're due, man.
I appreciate it. I'm not ungrateful for it, right? And I think, and again, this is also coming from producers that I feel can 100% learn from you. I think that one thing you do fantastically well, and this is just a personal trait, just to you as a person, is that you are the most naturally sociable, lovable guy, and you have people rally behind you. They want to see you do fucking good, right? And it's in testament to that, you know, with whatever job that you are working in, like you were at one bar for like 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, and you're like, yeah, no, I didn't fucking feel it, and then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, but I'm working here now, and I'm like, yo, dude, like every single time. You always are working or you have a job. Yeah. It's never the same job.
No. Well, it's always the same job, just different location. I have a rule in life. If you're not happy and the place if I do 5 days there and 3 days I'm unhappy, I'm gone. Nobody messes with my happiness. It's the only thing I really give a crap about. Outside of my mom, my oldest brother, my animals, and like a handful of friends, my happiness is the only thing that matters to me. And I will fight for it tooth and nail. I don't care if I'm broke. I don't care if I got to eat ramen noodles that week. I don't care if I got to go to like, and I can attest to this recently, where I go to like an all-you-can-eat buffet with a backpack and put a trash bag in the backpack and fill it. And that's what I have to eat for the next 3-4 days. Because, yeah, I do audition very well.
That's fucking, I honestly don't know how I didn't ever think to do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe, I don't know. My parents raised me with various standards to make sure you're not walking anywhere with no trash bag.
Man,
but that is not like the worst thing. And I mean, like, fucking, why not?
If you're not fighting for your happiness, you shouldn't be fighting for anything else.
Okay, and remind the world how old you are.
I'm 41. 41, started comedy 2 years ago.
Motherfucker's so happy. He's like, he stopped counting age.
About it for years.
Yeah, he stopped counting
27,
age.
I was like, I'm 27 forever.
Which, you know, more testament to the fact that his main market of friends and company and audience is like
22 to like 28-year-olds.
And they're all smoke shows. Yeah. Every single one of my friends is gorgeous. I'm the duff in the friend group. The dumb, ugly, fat friend. I own that.
Love Matt.
And it's every time.
We love him. Oh my
and
God,
they'll say it in front of their
Maddie.
boyfriends and husbands.
Yeah.
Which scares the shit out of me sometimes because some of those guys are massive. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not trying to sleep with your girl.
I think
this
a
week.
real dude, though, like, you know, a real man, to be honest with you, and this is not just confidence in themselves, but confidence in the relationship that they're in, like, really shouldn't be tripping or worried, like, even in a general encounter, right?
Yeah.
And if you're having a hard time, like, again, there's boundaries. So it's like, if I can trust you enough to not cross that boundary,
Oh, yeah.
then I can see it for what it is. You know what I mean?
And if you ever see my pictures and you see like videos of me giving hugs to people, I put hugs in quotations. You'll never see me putting a hand around a waist. It's always on the shoulder, and you can see my hands. And there's a very
Keanu that shit.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves that thing.
Yeah, you got to Keanu that shit.
Just because like I don't need that coming back. You know, I'm 41, and my demographic is that 20 to 28-year-old females.
Yeah.
And like, and they're not just white, black, Mexican, they're everybody. But it is predominantly females that bring their boyfriends, and by the end of it, the boyfriend's a fan. And that's the goal. And the women are like, I didn't know you felt like that. And I'm like, yeah, you know, sorry.
Let me ask you this, and what's the love life like then for you?
She's never left me.
Oh, the hand.
No, I'm so single you can call me on a Friday.
No.
The love life's it's very hectic because happiness first.
The love life is the chaos.
Oh, the love life is horrible. Horrible.
Because can I just take a shot in the white here?
Sure.
Highly emotional.
Yeah.
Very transparent.
Never lie.
Yeah, like to a fault.
Yeah.
You know, like just.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like if you ask me, did I look at her butt? Yes. And why didn't you? Like that's the question. It was there. Come on.
Yo,
He looks great today.
This is how you know he ain't been with that many Latino women, bro. Because
I have. I got a scar on my side from one.
Trouble.
Alicia Horta.
Oh shit!
I will call you out.
She stabbed you, Holmes.
We're gonna keep drinking.
I plead the drink.
I plead the drink.
There we go.
We're gonna
You know
start
what?
that. I plead the drink.
I might have to start that on the show. Like if you don't want to talk, because and I didn't ask you this before. Usually I ask my guests if there's like any subject or any topic of conversation that
Everything's on the table.
Right, and I always felt that, and so I'm like, it's interesting that I'm like, yeah, actually, just realized I'm like, I didn't really ask you that, but yeah, like if we end up going into subject matter, I plead the drink.
Everything's on the table for the most part.
Oh yeah, we just coined a new one. I plead the drink.
Yeah, I like that one.
There we go.
Yeah, the only thing I don't do is I don't talk bad about people unless they're in the room. It's my one rule that I have.
Yeah, there is a specific character. Sometimes you can follow it and see it even in my wall and everything like that. You got to look behind me, but there's a certain DFW character that like I was having a hard issue with, and then it's so funny. Then comedians will come and they'll notice it.
Yeah,
and they're like,
you're not the only person.
Yeah, I know, but like, and he just had I was doing the roast in Hyenas Dallas, and he was there, and he brought this shit up again in front of people, just being like, pretty much saying like, hey man, why are you telling people we have beef, bro? I don't have beef with you. And I'm like, dude, and for another time, I have beef with you, and not once have you tried to have a conversation with me outside of it. You keep bringing it up in front of people, and at that night, and I was going to a roast battle, but it was like
you're already in the mode.
I was like, bro, I'm like, are you? I just started fucking calling everything out as it is and shit like that. But just anyways, not to go back into it, but
no, you're good.
I look back at it and I'm like, yo, why am I doing that? And again, a lot of it was, initiated conversation. So they would ask, and I'm just like, here's the answer, like, I'm not going to lie about it, but there's just too much. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I gotta step away. Like, if I don't have that, like, then it just needs to stay It doesn't need.
Yeah. I always tell people, if you got a problem, you call me.
Yeah.
You ain't got my number, you ain't got a problem with me.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that like I mean there and this is just for a lot of cats and shit like that where maybe the relationship just fell out. Me and Alexander K. I mean I haven't spoken bad about him, but I mean
I don't think I've ever heard anything about that.
Huh?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
And we're in the same space, so I should have heard something.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it was just it was after my roast, and the way it was beyond just showing that like his lack of respect for me, and we were doing honor don't care and shit like that at that point, and that's when I left the show too, and I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not putting my time into trying to, I don't, I have enough going on.
I have one person who I know doesn't like me, and I didn't know why for like months. And
That's fun.
It took me getting really drunk with one of his partners. And I was like, so why doesn't this person like me? And
His partner, like
his business partner.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to put too much out there. You know who you are.
and you're definitely a fan of the show, so
You are. One of the three of you are. We'll see. But back to the love life. I linked up with this amazing woman, and it lasted all of like 72 hours of just awesomeness. And it got word back to them. And from that point on...
Oh, while they were still together?
No. They were never together. She had wanted nothing to do with the person. And I asked before that, I was like, are you with anybody? And she's like, nah, we're going to hang out tonight. I was like, all right, cool. I ended up driving a Lamborghini that night. It was one of the best nights of my life. I've got pictures of it. I can't post them due to...
broken driving a Lamborghini. That's fucking
dude,
amazing.
it was horrible. I had like $18 in my pocket after the night was done. And Rent was doing like 3 days. But I didn't know that person even had an infatuation with the other person.
Right.
Otherwise, I would never have gone into that mode, but it happened. And I've been banned from that podcast. He won't do shows with me, and he's blocked me.
And he's a comedian?
And he's a comedian.
Okay.
And I won't say anything because I love his work. I think he's a great comic. I think you're a great comic. Suck it up, Buttercup. I love his work. I've paid to go see him. I think he's hilarious. I've seen him in roast battles, and he's a killer. I don't want to go against him. He's a murderer, but like he hates me. And like I'm like, all right, man, whatever, and walk away. And I'm like, come on, talk to me, man.
Well, I mean, in the end, dude, this is a game of just it becomes personal politics, naturally, but.
That's so unfortunate.
But again,
especially on our level,
you can't. You're never gonna please everybody.
No,
dude.
but my thing is, I want to book him because he's funny, and I want to put him on a show where he's not at his local comedy club, where he's performing in front of 200 or 300 people, and you've seen my crowds; they're 200 to 300 people, and if this comes out before then, October 9th, Plano House Comedy, you guys should be there.
October 9th. Yeah, this episode should be out before then.
I wanted to do. It's called a star-studded night under the wicked. What is it? Star-studded night under the wicked skies of Dallas. And what I wanted.
So wordy.
Yeah, it's really wordy. But the reason I did it is because I wanted to bring in new comics, brand new comics. There's only one other comic that has, and it's Zach Marchand, that has any comedy experience. So I got a girl that, and I just booked her today on the way here. She was on The Bachelor. She's a killer. I've only seen her a handful of times. I went and paid to see her, saw her set and bounced out.
Can you say her name? Or
I don't think she'll mind. Hang on, I don't want to say it wrong.
That's the problem.
I don't want to butcher it.
I don't want to say it wrong. I mean, it's
Alexis Water. Alexis Waters.
I thought it was gonna give me some French.
No. I want to say her last name right. I didn't know it was Walters or Waters. Alexis Waters. She was on season 12, and she's this girl out of Jersey. She just moved out here to Dallas. She just killed it. She's on like round 2 of Dallas Comedy Club. Book me, Dallas Comedy Club. Dallas Comedy Clubs. Where they teach you how to do comedy.
Yeah, I want to be more. I mean, especially I live closer to them now, but because I love that club and I've done.
It's awesome.
It's such a good club.
Have you seen the new room?
They built a new room,
bro. The new main room. Oh my god.
Oh no way.
It is beautifully sexy.
No way. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Man, all these comedy clubs are advancing their main stage rooms. Yeah, they have to. They have to.
Look what Austin did.
Yo, you know who I just. This is so actually wild. I was at Canucks in Louisville last Monday. Dude, you know who was there?
Who?
Preacher Lawson.
Shut up.
I swear to God. Preacher Lawson was there because I was like, and I looked on the list, and the first one signed up. I'm like, Preacher Lawson. I'm like, no way. There's no fucking way. And then I look around, and then I see this dude, and it looks like him, but I knew Preacher Lawson with the dreads,
Yeah.
like, you know, from like
Did he
had
shave
a
it?
special. Yeah,
Shut up.
yeah. And so I was like, damn, what the fuck?
That's cool.
He just moved to DFW.
Dude, we're getting some heavy hitters out here.
Yeah,
We're
you
getting
know,
some heavy
you want
hitters.
to know why? Because DFW. Here's the thing. Because especially like with these traveling comedians and stuff like that, a lot of these Austin comedians, before they go anywhere, they got to come to DFW and fly out of here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so
it's a cheaper flight, but here's
it's
the
a
thing.
cheaper flight. It's easier.
Have you noticed? And you've been down in Austin a lot, right?
So I go once a month. I'm going next Monday.
Okay, so I was going almost every Monday. Dallas comedians and Austin comedians. I don't know what the beef is. I don't care what the beef is. Their comics. It's completely different. Like you go to Austin for raunchy comedy. You come to Dallas for storytelling comedy.
Or yeah, like
You
it's
see what I'm
like
saying?
it's like clean or like pressing the line type of comedy. Yeah.
And I love both. They're like I love Austin comedy. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, Austin is no limits. You know what I mean? And
where you can get banned out
yeah,
here.
and it like, and I would say
Blacklisted.
New York is a lot like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of PC Fox and shit in
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, and so I would say that like it's more calculated, you know, and probably
You're-
not as bad as LA maybe. But
No, I don't even want to.
but yeah, but there's no limits in Austin.
The only thing I want to do in LA, I want to hit Laugh Factory one time, just because I want that background. But I mean, I've been to I think it's called the Basement in New York City. I've been there with my uncle when I was younger. I'm performing there sometime this year. I don't care what I got to do. I don't care who I have to hook up with, what I have to pay. I want to perform.
Whose
there.
dick you gonna suck?
Listen. I thought about it till it was my turn, and then I was like, nah, let me get you one of these Shawn Kay specials.
I
Get that taste out your
plead
mouth.
the drink. Matt pleads the drink on that one, but he will do whatever it takes.
I will sound like a broken washing machine.
Yeah.
You let me know.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, if as far as LA one, I think the Comedy Store, man. I just think that like the history there, and then like to do something like the Cellar in New York would be insane.
Oh, yeah.
And then Laugh Factory in Chicago is pretty epic.
I have been there to see
Yeah.
a show. I couldn't even tell you. What is his name? He was on well, anyway, some comic.
Yeah.
And D.L. Hughley.
Oh yeah.
Not just some comic.
Yeah,
like,
just-
like a monster.
That guy.
But I always say, and a lot of people ask me where, like, the comedy comes from, and it's a lot of life. But they ask me, like, you do a lot of racial comedy.
Who your comedy goes?
Oh, man. If I had Mount Rushmore, like a 5 or 4?
I would say go 5.
Go 5. The one, I want to say my style is a lot of like Bert Kreischer in there.
Okay.
His storytelling abilities.
And he gets a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
As a comedian.
And that's okay. But I like him.
Yeah.
I don't really care what everybody thinks.
No, I mean
yeah.
he's pretty undeniable.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's GOAT status.
He's my one.
Robin Williams. Robin Williams was the first.
That's a
One of the
solid
first ones I saw live on Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's go current though.
Current? Oh
Like
man.
still living. You know what I mean? Because you have like, because I can do 5 Dead. You know what I
I
mean?
can do 5 Dead so easy.
So easy. Let's say current living right now. Because that's an ever evolving list.
Yeah, no.
Dave Chappelle is my number one.
Dave's always going to be there. That's without. He can step on stage and just crush anything. Dave Chappelle will be there. Bert Kreischer. Oh my God, what is she did Taylor Tomlinson.
Okay.
She did that.
She's blowing up.
That Quarter Life Crisis, bro. That was one of my favorite stand-ups of like 2020. That got me. I watched that like 18 times going through the pandemic. That was one of my favorite stand-ups. Who else is just murdered? Ari Shaffir's killing it right now. Obviously, I love Joe Rogan. I like the style. I wish he had a little bit more pep, but at the same time, I love Joe. Like anything he says, I think is just freaking hilarious. Even when he's doing commentary on UFC, I'm just like, this guy's freaking money all the time. Who's the guy? He did some time. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Joey Diaz?
Joey Diaz.
Yo,
That guy's goat status,
that dude is a
And he doesn't
that's
even
like
like-
beyond legend.
He's
yo,
so good. And all he does is talk.
yeah. I
He
mean,
never does it someone said twice. All you need is 3 motherfuckers to take over the world.
yeah.
That sits with you,
It's
though.
just like again, and he could probably make just as much money doing stand up, just doing podcasts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And being paid for that, because it's like if
He's a murderer.
100%. If there's certain comedians where it's kind of like anything they do, I'm going to watch it type
Mm-hmm.
of deal. With Dave Chappelle's on, I would say Russell Peters is still going to be my number 2, just because.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Russell Peters. I've seen him 5 times.
Holy crap.
And he's kind of.
Oh, Fluffy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, again, there's so many people that are like, when you talk about your top 5, right?
That's so hard because you still have Kevin Hart still alive.
Yeah.
You got most of the kids.
I mean, and it's not
alive.
the same, but like again, to like for me, it's like there's a significant deeper connection that I have that, and I also look at the comedians. There's one that's just how they are just stand up in general.
Yeah.
But the elements of what they're able to do outside. And one who has shot up the fucking list unbelievably, where like I barely knew this guy, only kind of, would hear of, and then started it, dude, like Adam fucking Ray, dude.
Really?
Adam Ray, just because I come from improv, I'm a Second City guy, you know what I mean? And so like that's how comedy started for me, and then stand up. Really, I did a few stints essentially to bomb and fail when I was doing improv, but my stand-up comedy only started December 2021, so
we started right about the same time.
Yeah, and then you came to it was like my 1-year show,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was like December 2022. That's when we met.
Is that when I started? You so you're a year ahead of me.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Give or take.
Yeah, but anyways, but like Adam Ray, dude, like because I'm a huge Kill Tony guy.
Yeah.
But what I've seen him do, the fact that he's on tour based on a character persona of fucking Dr. Phil,
Which is crazy.
insane.
You know who else? Big shout out to.
And you know what? Shout out to Dr. Phil for not
suing him.
Yeah, not shutting this bitch down. You know what I mean? That shit shows Dr. Phil
Did I tell
everywhere.
you I got a cease and desist from Disney?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Screw you. So you know how to do my Disney princess joke about how Disney princesses all are drunk idiots?
Yeah.
I got a cease and desist. I posted it. It got taken down on TikTok, taken down on Instagram within like 48 hours. They sent it to my house. First of all, you could have sent some tickets to Disney. I would have not done the joke. I could reorder it. I could reorganize it. It's fine. But I wasn't I can't post it on TikTok or Instagram. It's been taken down on both twice.
What the shit?
Because I make a joke about how Cinderella's a drunk chick because she loses her shoes, meets the man of her dreams, run away, jumps into a pumpkin, and then she's talking to animals for a couple of days. That's called heroin.
Crazy though? Isn't that
It's so
crazy?
fat.
Because that's
And there's
it
only
shows
11
how
plays.
how in control they fucking
Bro,
are
it's
of
wild.
everything, right?
It's wild.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got 3,000 followers on TikTok. That's nothing.
American Idol reached me out for a cease and desist, which is why the show is actually called Metro Icon. Because when I did the competition, it started off as Metro Idol, and then I got it trademarked, and then they came at me literally for the word idol.
No way.
Yeah, and so I changed it to Metro Icon, and so that's what.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's cool though.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
cool to pay attention.
Yeah, right.
I got the
Yeah, look
attention
at
of
the dude,
somebody.
right?
Yeah, I'll stop doing the joke. I got the attention.
Yeah,
But we're talking about comics coming up. Drew Nickens, man. Let's talk about him for a second.
Dude, I talk about him.
Dude, I love the man. He's the sweetest soul on the planet.
The most deserving.
Yeah, and to see what happened in the space it happened when things were happening
Yeah.
to him, bro. Drew Nickens, good. Big shout out to you, bro. I love you. I wish you were in Dallas still, but I'm happy to see him doing things. I mean, he's going to Madison Square Garden to perform.
Yeah.
MSG.
He was there because I just saw night 2. He didn't do night 1 or night 2.
I don't know. I know he was supposed to.
Yeah, but like I think that how it works though is that they have all the regulars. They're gonna fly out the regulars there.
Yeah.
And they pretty much stay locked and ready.
And just ready to go.
And it's you got to just be ready to go.
And Drew's always ready.
And
Drew's
yeah,
ready.
you stay ready.
Bro, that's why you got to be in this game. Because there's days that you get pulled up and you get a phone call. Hey, I need you in 45 minutes.
Right.
And you got to be there.
And so, I mean, I've brought him up numerous times on this show, and again, cannot emphasize enough of a more deserving individual from DFW. When it comes to this game, when it comes to his passion in this game, I said this in the episode with Atharva, but Drew Nickens is the one dude that, like, if I'm watching, like, let's say a podcast or I'm watching a Kill Tony episode and I happen to see like a comment like negative about Drew Nickens,
okay,
I'm going in. I'm going in.
Because Drew, we got your back.
You ain't talking. Yo, this is my dude.
Yeah.
My dude, bro.
I was on the phone with
Like
him.
you could talk, like, if you were to, like, if I were to see it live, let's say if I get when I get pulled up on Kill Tony, I'm gonna say when I get pulled up on Kill Tony, and then if I'm having a look and then I see a comment, somebody talking shit, I don't give a fuck.
Just spell my name right. Just spell my last name right. I don't care.
Spell my first name right. You know what I mean? I have a strong prejudice against you seeing motherfuckers. unless you actually an Irish or from them Gaelic Islands, you know?
That's fair.
Unless you from them Gaelic Islands, you need Gaelic my balls.
That's fair. That is
That's a good one. I should
licking balls.
I should say that.
We're talking about great comedians and great people.
What are you doing, Mojo?
When you put on a show and we both put on shows that have been murder and just like packed houses. We both put on shows that two people show up to, and it's very disheartening. But you still have to put on a show.
But you know what, man? It's like when you still do that show, and then weirdly enough, like if there's, let's say, because I did one show, there was a total of 7 people.
Yeah.
Total. Okay. At TK's.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
you
was
were
on the show.
Yeah, you were on the show.
I was on the show.
Bro, I was going back to the lineup and shit. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it was on the show.
But
I got 5 people.
But yeah, right, exactly. Another testament to how this man produces, bro. So any producers out there, this man will show up and take it. That's what I'm saying, like, you know, and that's where I'm grateful for your praise, because I'm like, dude, you have definitely produced one of your shows have done better than probably all of my shows combined. Mojo.
Hey, Mojo.
Mojo.
I think if you're basing it on ticket sales, the only person that keeps up with me is Panda.
Okay.
As far as ticket sales go.
Yeah,
but as far as quality and production,
yeah,
bro, I watched your show, I taped your show, I rewatched your show. The things you do is crazy. Your hands are in every pot of that show. You run it like a well-oiled machine. And in a lot of comics and a lot of people, they just get hammered drunk on the side, and then they're like, oh, it's your turn to go.
Yeah, George.
I didn't say that. I love
I fucking love you, George.
But no. My first show, I got drunk. My first show I ever did, and I produced, I got drunk. And you could ask TJ Evans on this one.
And I feel like, were you trying to drink away the nerves a little bit?
I was.
Yeah.
And what happened was I took like 4 shots of tequila, 5 shots of Rumplemans. I drank 2 beers. I was way out of it, and nothing was hitting me. I was like, screw it, I'll take 1 triple shot of Rumplemans and then go on stage. And 3 minutes of my set, it all hits, and I'm like, oh no. And all I could say was, all you sexy bitches, I'm gonna sleep with all of you. And this is my birthday. Like, it's my first production.
There we go.
And I sold 238 tickets
at Plano House Comedy.
That's my go-to.
Yeah, man.
That's my go-to. Shout out Brittany from Plano House Comedy. She's been a.
I did email her.
You gotta go talk to her.
I emailed her. She hasn't responded yet. But I mean, I owe her. I owe her a follow up.
I will say Brittany is, if you are willing to do the work, she's the one to talk to.
Yeah.
But you have to come with a plan. My worst thing is I never can name a show. Like, I don't care what the name of the damn show is. I have heavy hitters.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I have backups for the heavy hitters. Like, we both know we've had to pull out shows at the last minute on a couple of occasions. Actually, you were supposed to be my host on my first show. I know. I just remember that. But I
felt bad because I was like,
you were doing that Bollywood stuff down.
Yeah, dude.
But no, you were killing it. And that's what you have to do.
It was a big ass thing. It was a contract I couldn't say no to. You know?
And I ended up making friends with Lila Hart, who was a big comic out of LA at the time, and which was awesome.
Mojo, stop trying to sniff Matt's balls while he's talking about his comedy feelings.
But I think the biggest the biggest regret I have is getting drunk before shows. I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
And that goes for anybody.
You just I just think that when it comes to anything, like you just have to pace yourself, dude.
Yeah. I went too hard.
That's the most important thing is you have to pace yourself and keep yourself in a position that is going to be able to understand and respond
Quickly.
like yeah, because as a producer and as a host, you have to be
and
ready.
the host position is the hardest position.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's harder than headliner.
I prefer to host than
Really? See, I don't like hosting.
I love hosting.
I hate it, but I need to get better at it. I've only done it a handful of times.
Yeah.
I hate it because I am so bad with remembering names. I will write your name down.
Valid excuse, I guess.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like-
It's a
like,
pretty valid excuse.
Like I butchered. I think it was Zach Marchand's last name. I still think I'm saying it wrong. And
I think that it is Zach Marchand.
I pronounced it wrong the first time. And he's
Marchand?
yeah, it was like and he also is like a business partner with me, with the Life Happens brand. He does all my hey, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea. Because I'm an emotional guy. Like I want to book my friends. And he's like, okay, well we need to do the 80-20 rule. 80% people are funny, 20% people bring.
Do you also feel like you need a partner to sometimes pull you back from your
100%.
imagination? Your imagination?
100%. Dude, I got for this show coming up. I'm in my buy list for just setting up the stage. Nobody sets up a stage. Nobody sets up a green room. My green room. If me and you were doing a show, I ask you, what are you drinking? That will be in your green room because you deserve that because you're a comic and you're a performer.
Even if it's a small rider. Yeah, it's a small thing. You know,
and I write it off at the end of the year.
Small gestures with big impact.
Exactly. And my stage, we're doing an October show. Yo, you gotta have smoke machines on there. I gotta have some spooky shit going on. And I gotta have some big bangers. Because I just came off a show where I did a gay pride show, which I don't know why it doesn't sell. I don't know why. I think it might be the demographic we live in, or people's backgrounds. I was the only straight comedian, I think. I don't know if Zach's straight or bi. I don't know. But we're gonna say straight.
But I think I did see him with a girl. Though.
Yeah, he's got a wife.
He's got a wife.
He got a wife. He's got a wife. It's his contest. But no. But like, so I put this lineup together, and a good friend of mine, Nick Hawk, he's like, nobody lets me headline this. And Nick Hawk is a monster.
Does Nick Hawk have a brother named Mike?
No, but he's got a husband named Nick Hawk. His husband has the exact same name as him.
Oh, I think I do know.
Yeah.
He's a very skinny guy.
He was on
The Voice.
Yeah,
I do remember
phenomenal
him.
guy.
Yeah, he's a really good comedian.
He's great. Nobody would give him a spot. He asked every comedy club.
Nick Hawk too.
He doesn't make the joke, and I'm trying to give it to him. But nobody would book him. And I said, screw it, bro. I'll get you a spot. I'll get you a spot before the month's out. And I was like, but you gotta help me promote it. And so we got.
Those type of guys are probably mad hungry and shit.
Oh, he's got an all-you-can-eat buffet, and he's been in Ethiopia for the last 6 months, bro. He's starving
like that, bro.
He's trying to eat pussy like a retarded kid. Oh, no, cut that out.
You said two wrong things.
We got. Can we edit that? We can edit that.
Eat dick like noodle.
I don't even know what this is. This man eats like. But anyway, so can we edit that?
Transition.
The R word out.
It's all. I send my episodes raw and unfiltered to my editor Fuad out in Morocco. This motherfucker don't know what politically correct is.
Well, anyway, so screw it, and the joke. Like you know when you eat ice cream and it's all over your face? That's how hungry Nick is. It makes a great comic. But nobody would give him the opportunity. Nobody would give him the opportunity. So you know what I said, screw it, Nick. We're gonna book it as me as the headliner, but at the last minute we're gonna flop it. We're gonna put it on all of our Instagram, all of our TikTok, even posters. Because I print out posters for my shows. I print out old school flyers for my shows. And I put a QR code.
I just kept, but I print out one, put it in the back of my car for my Lyft ride.
Screw that. I print it out.
I've got my Lyft passengers to come to my shows.
Hey, anybody, come
my
on.
Lyft passengers have come to my shows more than my family have.
Which is crap. I flew my mom in from freaking Arizona to come to a show. But so I had him headline. It was the smallest show I've done at Plano House of Comedy, and I felt like I disappointed myself because it was only like 104.
Still good.
It's a great show.
But like your expectations.
But my expectations for my friend and what we could have done had we had a little bit more time, which comes to the next part. If you guys are promoting shows, 21 days. If you don't got 21 days, you're not gonna have a good show.
Thanks.
If you're trying to book a show in 12 days, first of all, 80% of comics are very unreliable.
Which, like, I mean, I guess even I feel like even in Austin, it's kind of like you and pop-up shows are they're
hit or miss.
Yeah, they're very hit or miss.
And I'm
But
swinging for the
like I
fences.
would say, it's more miss than it is a hit, to be honest.
Yeah, 7 days is not enough. And there's some incredible. Oh, you know who else I forgot?
Unless you just have a name where people are you're
they love
notoriety,
it.
yeah, and then they're just like, oh, where is he? Oh, he's there. Okay, I'm coming.
You know who else
Or
puts
they're
on a
there.
good DCC show? What's her name with blue hair?
Kinsey Ford.
Bro, Kenny
Yeah.
Ford show.
She's a beast. She's
Oh,
really good.
Great show. If you get a chance to, she does a spin thing. And you have to
Yeah,
get
I
to top it.
think I've seen that.
I'm not saying what it is because I don't want to be similar to idea, but it was one of my favorite shows I've been on, and it was only like, bro, we were slanging tickets out down in Deep Ellum. There was like 6 people in the crowd. We ended with like 35.
Yeah.
Which if you guys have been in that room, it only sits like 40 people. So 35 is a packed house.
Yeah.
Because you have your comics, you have the videographer, and you have the guy behind the booth doing the music. 35 is a full house in that room. But man, that show was so much fun. Also, big shout out to who's the other good producer? She does the Brown Sugar comedy show. Peyton Payne. She does a great show.
Yeah.
She does a great show.
Payne, I sent her a message and be like, hey, I'd love to have you on the show. Left me on singing.
You gotta hit her up a couple times. Also, I want to be the first white guy on the Brown Sugar show. She's just not letting it happen. But like, she's like, it's the Brown Sugar show.
You know what's funny?
I was
Did
like,
you
but I
do
want-
one of my Bali Smoke shows?
Which one?
Did you do one of them?
Maybe. I've done a couple.
The one at Stadium that I had at Stadium. Did you do one of those?
Yes. Yes, where we did the open mic.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Where
yes.
George had his open mic, but I did.
Yes.
I used to have the
You
show.
were running it.
Where because that was a show where like it was mostly like millions of brown people, and then I always had one token white person. There it is.
I don't mind being the token. I am okay with it. Although that place, I don't mean to bash places, but that was the worst, top 2 worst places I've ever worked. Ever. They were.
Oh yeah, you had a brief stint
I
there.
was there for like 3 weeks, man. I was there for 3 weeks.
I'm not. Yeah.
I'm a firm.
Well, I'm there. You know, there's a reason I'm not there.
Yeah. Them, and then I'll even put on blast. 2 worst bars in DFW, Tailgaters, and what was that one that was in? Stadium Sports. First of all, they'll overcharge you for everything, and then they have 2 different prices for different days.
You know why? Because it's owned by like 4 Indian guys.
I get that, but I've worked for Indians in the past. And
Yeah, but again, it's too many damn cooks in the freaking
Yeah,
kitchen,
too many people that
and
cook.
all of them are trying to get the biggest profit margin they possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, places like Stadium, they do well with like those Bollywood events, and that's where they make most of their money.
But it's 1 day a week.
Yeah, but again, it's their nightclub bar industries. It's the rarest currency to find is integrity within the ownership and management.
Also, one of those 2, and not the smaller of the 2, only pours 1 ounce shots as opposed to 1 ounce shots. So you're getting less than what you actually pay for. Not that I'm mad about that situation. I got fired for taking a shot with the owner.
With the owner?
With the owners, let's do a shot.
Mo?
No. Tailgaters.
Tailgaters.
And long story short, he goes, hey, pour a shot. I was like, I'm not drinking. I'm doing sober September minus, of course, today because this is a special occasion.
Special occasion.
It is, man. I love hanging out with you. I like hanging out with you outside of these types of things, but at the same time, like, I love your presence. You inspire people to do better.
I love your presence, man.
And it's nice. It's nice to have good people to surround yourself.
Isn't this shit kind of?
Dude, it's fucking awesome. But it's definitely like I see you.
It's like a little. It's like a little bit of venom.
It is.
That's what it is. It's a
The new Venom movie.
the ferrofluid magnetized like ferrofluid or whatever.
You're
But
just talking
it's sound activated, so it goes along.
You're just talking expensive to me.
Nah,
I can't even spell Ferrofluid.
it was.
It's like a $90 piece of blood.
Not expensive to like I guess someone who's financially doing has like expendable income, but like
Last
that,
year was
that
like-
one pocket where like I happen to have like a really good week. And then this bullshit fucking pops up on my Instagram. I'm like, I fucking need it for my desk. It's the same kind of wood. It's got the same wood.
It is. I didn't realize that until just now.
But it is. I will say that when I'm working, it is very
Distracting.
therapeutic.
Really?
It's I don't know. It's flown. It just like as I'm working, like it's just capturing all the little noises or whatever it is, and it's just
cool. I like it.
It is kind of cool, right?
I do like the Venom symbiote idea. Like, I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Like I have anti-heroes all over my arm. If you can't tell.
Anti-heroes?
Anti-heroes. People that are.
Speaking of heroes,
I know,
and the whole
Avengers,
Marvel
Avengers.
cinematic
I love
universe.
it.
Shout out to Il was giving me. That was like I think a Christmas or birthday gift he gave me.
From who?
Illis, my boy DJ Illis.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just spit by his name. I was like, who is this?
Yeah, sorry. It's like two E. Yeah.
I can relate a lot to anti-heroes.
Yeah.
Like
That's fair.
I like to be the happiest, funniest guy in the
You'd
world.
be the cuddliest fucking anti-hero.
I would be. But when it's time to go, like I have a rule. Like I love your wife. She's, if you guys haven't seen his wife, one of the most beautiful people. Inside
Tomorrow's gonna be a
and
big day for her.
out. Is she? I don't know. No, I'm not gonna spoil it. Wait, this is coming out after what happens.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be.
Any day with you is a big.
It's gonna be promoted. But so I don't know if you saw. Sorry, I cut you off. You know what?
No, you're
your
good.
shit. Finish your shit.
Anti-heroes.
Oh yeah.
But I'm also a firm believer. So one of the reasons I started doing comedy, big reason I started doing comedy, is I needed an outlet. When I was younger, I used to do wrestling in high school, football in high school.
I did wrestling in middle school, but I didn't want to do it in high school.
Yeah, it's a brutal sport. It's
Yeah.
probably the most brutal sport you can do in high school. But I always said if I'm going to be in high school, I'm going to fight somebody.
Yeah.
And I went to Bryan Adams in the early 2000s, which was a very violent school. Got in a lot of fights. Got out of high school. I ended up getting a little bit of trouble with the law here and there. And then I found mixed martial arts when I moved to Jupiter, Florida. Big shout out to the Armory and Jupiter Jiu-Jitsu out there. And I got to train with some amazing fighters like Edson Barbosa, Rafael Chavez, some huge guys. And they saved my life. But then when I moved to Dallas, when I moved to Washington, I had no out. I had no outs to release that energy. And I've always been the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. But at the end of the day, if somebody was to be disrespectful to your wife while I was around, it would end. There wouldn't be a lot of talking. If that makes any sense. I don't like to be that person.
It's just like an
It's a
instant.
snitch.
Yeah,
it's not even. I mean, it's not a good thing. Like we talk about how I'm a very loving, compassionate person. I love to own that, and I will go, but I will always go to war for my friends when they're not around. Like, don't ever feel comfortable talking about my friends in front of me when they're not around because it's going to get very uncomfortable very fast. That's why that's why the rule don't talk about people.
And you know what? I very much respect that and understand that too. Now, let's say you guys are, and you and your friend are in the room, and then somebody's talking shit to them to their face.
We swing till everybody's sleeping, and I'll figure it out later.
Oh, so you're gonna still react?
When it comes down to true friendship, like how many real friends do we have in this world?
True.
Maybe like 6.
True.
And we're blessed to have those 6.
Sure.
And one of my best friends in the world, Mike, he's the biggest teddy bear in the world. He's like the only time he's ever been in trouble has been my fault. 100% my fault. If anybody was to ever disrespect him, I don't care what the reason is. I'm going to go spend a night in jail. And I'm going to give him my credit card, bail me out later. But at the same time, comedy's giving me that release that I don't put myself in those situations anymore. I don't go hang out at bars. That's not comedy related. I go to 17, 18 bars.
Unless you're working.
Yeah.
Right.
I go to 17, 18 bars for these open mics.
Yeah.
And you've seen open mics, they're brutal. Nobody's listening to you. You gotta get the crowd's attention. You might be in a little crap hole bar with 22 people and they're all blitzed out of their mind. I do this skit with this person. I'm like, I don't know that. That's not my bitch.
Say something funny.
Yeah, be funny. Why are you the white guy in the room? Like, I've gotten that. I've gotten it where I walk into rooms in Oak Cliff and I'm the only white dude there and I'm dressed like I'm in jeans, a nice t-shirt. I walk in with Jordans on and the crowd stops and looks and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a rough night.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, it's kind of like it's their fault. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, Oak Cliff is not unapparent of fucking white people. So
No, you know, bro, Google.
It's nothing but characters. So,
It-
why would you judge anything? You know.
First of all,
But no, I do appreciate where you were coming from and like how you just you ride for your real ones, you know.
there's no
And it
happy.
was a beautiful sentiment what you were talking about with your friend Mike, you know.
Yeah, that's-
And also another note, fuck Mike. I just wanted to get you twisted up.
I will call ice on you. And your family.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
He's like, my papers are good.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
You
man.
still have one of my favorite kids. He's like, my kids are Mexican. I'll never need to get my lawns done.
No,
Like
no,
you said
no,
that.
it's the my parents or my mom said that you're gonna have to work harder now just to make a marriage work when a marriage already takes a lot of hard work. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what that work is. That work's gonna get done. I say it in everyday life. I'm proving that shit. Like,
You guys haven't seen
I'm a year over. I'm a year over. I'm a year over this. You can't walk into a clean house.
Hey, this house is beautiful.
I flew in from California last night.
I know. This house is
Clean.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
It smells good. You wouldn't know kids live here. You don't
Yeah.
know a dog lives here.
Dog been here.
You come to my house, you're like, I gotta go.
This dog been here, dog. You know what? That is the perfect time. You know what we're going to do right now? We're going to take a quick break because the conversation is too good. I need to have a collection point so we can bring it back.
All right, let's do it.
So we're going to take a quick break. Go ahead and please take advantage of all the amazing sponsors in the description as I'm looking at my video being delayed because I have an outdated laptop because no one pays me for this show.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll see. But we'll be right back with Matt Edmonds. And we are back with Matt's lesbian jeans. Matt Edmonds coming off the break in about 25 minutes, or well, about 30 minutes. My step-girls will come through, but the garage is open, so Mojo is standing up and ready, standing guard, waiting for them. Getting another refill for the convo. So cheers again to you, good sir.
Cheers to less stress, amazing sex, and great success, baby.
There we go. All the XXO.
The only three S's I love.
And Matt, you are prepping for your shows, and you're never gonna stop. You talked to me a little bit about you had a theater that you are planning to do a show. What's going on with that?
So I one night was very intoxicated and may or may not have reached out to a local theater here in Dallas. And November 2025, I may have a date on a Friday night. And by may or may not, I mean, I definitely do. It's the end of November. I'm not releasing
It's
any.
a Thanksgiving show.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, or Black Friday, I guess.
Pretty close. The only reason I'm not putting out dates yet is they've reached out to me and said we might have to change dates. Because
I mean, especially for a theater of this size.
magnitude,
Yeah.
It's a 1,200. It's the Majestic Theater in Dallas, which is the first place I ever saw comedy in a theater. First place I ever saw comedy was at the Addison Improv, actually, which is the only comedy club that I haven't performed at in Dallas-Fort Worth, which blows my mind because I want to perform for you. I really want that show. But yeah, so we're going to do a theater show at the end of next year. Obviously got to build a following in that time. Got to figure out what I'm doing wrong here as far as, I need to fill a room with 1,000 people.
Yeah.
1,000 people is not a joke. I mean, you see...
But I mean, 200, 300, I mean, those are pretty serious numbers. And then there's the new comedy club in Fort Worth, Big Laughs.
I've heard that place is awesome.
It's really dope. And it's right around the corner from Library Bar. So it's like that...
Gotta make that trip.
Yeah, I've already reached out to them because a lot of those guys who work there, like if I'm DJing on a Friday or Saturday, usually after the shows are done, that's where they're hanging out. And so it's a good thing so that we can kind of be like, oh yeah, then the after party is the Library Bar, and so
I'm actually taking a trip up to Big Laughs on Thursday just because I want to see what the location is like.
Yeah, it is very nice.
That's what I'm hearing great things.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Which I know they're in direct competition with another local comedy club up there. Not the Improv, the other one.
Hyenas.
Yeah, I don't want to say it.
I will. I mean, it is what it is. That's the only two big comedy clubs in downtown Fort Worth. And yeah, they're blocks from each other.
Yeah, which is awesome for comics. And I think it should be awesome for if they looked at it as a stepping stone for one another. I think that if they work together a little bit, I think they would crush Fort Worth.
Yeah, but it's just not going to happen. I mean, because again, it's like... I mean, I'm sure that there can be discussions. Let's say, like, if there's a double booking opportunity, they fly a comedian in, one does a Friday show, one does a Saturday show, whatever. That could possibly be in the works. But
don't step on each other's toes.
Yeah, but again, the game doesn't think that way, especially when it comes to a lot of owners and a lot of managers and booking managers and stuff. Everyone's all fed into their own game, fair, which is fine. But there's less thought of collaboration because there's more fear of what is that person going to take or what are they going to take advantage of? You know what I mean? and it's more of like a lack of trust.
Yeah,
You know what I
and you
mean?
know what? Unfortunately,
Unless it's already established.
yeah, and I see this a lot in the comedy game, and I see it in a lot of different like aspects. You've probably seen it in your, and you being a showman and doing DJ gigs all over the country. A lot of
I do MC
gatekeeping.
gigs all over the country.
Sorry,
I
MC gigs.
DJ most minimally.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But like you see it everywhere. There's a lot of gatekeeping and a lot of like steps that like you don't see coming up, producing shows or even being on shows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of steps people don't like warn you for. Like you think you have 10 minutes of comedy.
They don't what?
They don't tell you about. They don't
warn.
Yeah, they don't let you know.
Okay.
Warn.
You kind of warn you more. Like, what?
But like okay, for example, the first show I ever produced
Yeah.
was on my birthday 2 years ago. And nobody told me how to book it. Nobody told me the right way to come to a booker. Nobody told me who the bookers were. I was just really blessed to be put in a position where I was going there every single week, sometimes twice a week, to do open mics or just go watch comedy because I like the room. And I got talking with the booker, not knowing it was the booker. I was up her butt when I tell you,
Metaphorically speaking, but
yeah,
yes.
4 months, twice a week,
Okay.
I would talk to her about doing a show. That's not the way you go about it. You don't bug somebody into it. Hindsight, that sucks. She gave me a Wednesday. And if you guys don't know about booking a Wednesday, it's hard. I put 260 butts in seats. And hindsight, had I played the cards a little bit differently, maybe not have done it around my birthday, I could have filled the room, which is only like 30 people difference.
But I kind of get the thought process behind it, though, because you would imagine that your circle or your connection of friends or your network would want to show up if on any kind of comedy show, at least for your birthday.
Yeah. Well, the birthday show is always a good show.
It should
Birthday show is, I think, the best seller I'm going to have for a while. And then I think the Halloween show is going to be good, just based on the time of year. You're able to take time off. It's a little bit cooler. Not everybody's dripping sweat. And I'm kind of doing it a little differently. I'm giving comics that are not ready for that stage, I'm putting them in the position to, hey, here, let's go.
Here's your shot.
Yeah, I'm giving.
Well, but the other side of it too, thinking about it as a producer, is the fact that like it is not. Sometimes there are certain shows that you're trying to execute a caliber of result.
Correct.
And you don't want to roll the dice in your lineup with opportunity over like confidence in them being able to deliver. You know what I mean?
And I'm having that struggle with this show. That's been my biggest struggle, because I am friends with guys like you that when I know I book you, I know I'm booking quality. I know that 15 minutes is gonna be fucking hilarious, start to finish. Second that microphone's grabbed, ready, go. But my mom is the reason I'm doing this show. Shout out to Mary in Edmonds. She's a little wild one. She's like, hey, who gave you your first start and why did they give it to you? Who gave you a first stage? You didn't deserve it. I want you to give it to 3 people.
Damn. So this is like
It's a mama show.
Oh yeah, mama's philosophy, where it's kind of like, listen, you got to give a shot to somebody who because you were given a shot when
I didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And hindsight, I still didn't deserve it. Yeah, I can put butts in seats.
And how did that show go?
First,
Yeah, that's what it is, definitely.
Brittany told me I had to bring 100 people to Planet House of Comedy on a Tuesday. I brought 119. I bombed 6 minutes of the 10 I had.
I was on that show. Or I was at that show.
You were on that show.
No, I was at that show.
You were at that show.
I was at the show.
You were at that show. Yeah, I bombed 6 minutes of the 10 I had. I thought I was ready. I was wrong.
But it's also hard to produce and headline. You
no,
know what I mean?
I was on a Tuesday show.
Yeah, I know, but you produced the show.
No,
didn't
the
you?
first show.
They just put you on.
The first 10 minutes I had, the deal was I was going to get 7 minutes, but if I brought 100 people, she would give me an extra 3. And so I brought 119
But that's fucking great.
on a Tuesday.
That's fucking great.
People see me and they like me. And then
By the way, I wasn't at that show.
I don't think you were. I was going to go with it. I know you were at.
I wasn't at the show.
I know you're at every birthday I've had except for this last one.
I was at I don't know if it was the last show you did the Plano House of Comedy, but I believe it was a birthday show.
It was. That was 2 years ago. This last one I had.
Was it 2 years ago? I thought it was this last year.
This last one I had, that was the one where I had T.J. Evans, Michael, or Nick Marchand,
Zach
G-Baby,
Marchand?
Zach Marchand.
And Nick Hawk.
No, and Nick Hawk. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was the lineup.
Yeah.
And then I had a star-studded outside. I had like Michael Irving was at my show. What's the boxer's name?
A lot of them.
No, like world champion, Latino guy out of
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia was at my show. Why can't I remember Ryan Garcia's name? That's gonna be the first on the, and then Big Tuck.
He's a big fan of my show, so he's gonna
Is
see.
he? I don't know. and then Big Tuck showed up from DSR, Dirty South Riders out of Dallas Fort Worth, and I was like, "There's no way." And I've got pictures with all of them. I don't post them because I'm like, I don't want to be that thirsty guy. But like, Michael Irving knows my mom. And that's how we became friends.
That's nice.
And so Mike's come out to a couple
Shout
of my
out to
shows.
Mary. Look at her. Look at
Mary knowing people.
Mary be bringing down the foundation for this boy.
She does. She's the best. But as far as this show goes, like I have 2 people that if you combine their followers, you're well into 6 million. Like I got Quinn Pratt from Get Fuck Karen merch from TikTok, one of the biggest guys out there. He's got 4.1 million followers. He's asked me multiple times, can I be on the show? I said, you got to produce me 10 minutes. 10 minutes seems like a short.
So he's like a TikToker.
Yeah, he's a TikToker.
But like doesn't do stand up.
But he doesn't do stand up, but he's funny, bro.
You know who I just saw doing stand up, and I was like, oh man, this dude actually rips it on stage. Alex Stein, who's really great improv wise, and
phenomenal.
But I watched him do, I think it was like about 7 minutes, and then he was the judge for the roast, which I bombed so
that
bad.
sucks.
Yeah, and it was funny because
I don't like roasts.
Yeah, I want to get into it.
I don't like it. I don't like making fun of people.
Yeah, but I like having the. I mean, you and I have gone back and forth. And,
but that's because we're friends,
right? But like, I like the anatomy of it. You know what I mean? I think that there's a little bit of just the improv, but also that it's like that crowd work type of gene that sometimes you can work out. But being able to find something like quick and boom, like you just kind of hit. You know what I mean? Like. Because I realized, me and JVT essentially both bombed. He won. He did win.
Yeah.
But he had one only out of both of us. Like I had a few laughs from my responses to shit, not my actual roast jokes that I had. But he had one that went well. That's the only one he posted.
hey, that's all it takes is one.
Yeah, all it takes is one.
Hawk Tui, let's talk about it.
Right, let's talk about that.
12-second clip, and she's like a millionaire.
But so but in the end, I'm like, and it was with David Lucas. He was the host. I'm standing next to the motherfucker.
That's
so it was that and for me, I'm like, man, I'm a huge David Lucas fan. I remember that motherfucker on Yo Mama, and so like I knew he's just a beast, and plus me being such a huge Kill Tony fan, I'm like, dude. But I wanted to test my mettle, and I'm like, for me, I can accept bombing. I'm good with it,
I can't. I cry.
Yeah.
I cry in my car for hours.
I'm like, it sucks. It's not like it doesn't resonate with me, but again, I'm okay with it because I will analyze and know where I did wrong, and I'm like, I'm gonna Tony Stark this shit next time. I'm not gonna repeat my mistake.
That's like 4 hours after I bomb.
Yeah.
If I bomb on a show that like a friend invited me to, I'm letting you know that resonates with me for like a week. Like I'm sitting there with like I'm like I can end my life today. No, it's mental wellness.
That's self-toxic nature.
No,
man.
bro, it's bad. Because I'll watch my set back and I'm like, why didn't I get a laugh at that? It works. Everywhere.
I watched the roast and I was like, fuck. I'm like, you know what? And then and the thing is that I wrote like fucking 10 jokes.
And you didn't use any of them.
No, I didn't use the fucking best ones because I'm like winding it down. You know what I mean? And in that process where you're just trying to find, like
I'm just not good at it. I don't like hurting people's feelings. And like,
but that's the thing is that like you're going with, like
I know they come for it.
No, you like you got
it.
You got to come like ready to feel it, and I think that also plays a part in just building your skin and your like dexterity in the game.
I'm baby soft ass right
you
here.
Soft as
I am
fuck,
so
man.
soft, bro. I'm Charmin, baby.
Yo, I just imagine, I just imagine you on the roast and shit, and some dude comes at you so hard
crying.
that you're just like. Man, why the fuck did you have to go there, man?
Like, what is
why'd you have to say that, man? Seriously, like, come on, bro.
Like, why'd you have to go there?
Why'd you have to look me up, man? Like,
dude, the guy who roasted me, bro, he went deep.
Oh, wait.
I've been in a roast at
you
Hyenas.
Oh.
Like a real one. And I got.
Oh, like you
Yeah.
were on stage
Yeah.
first verse? Oh, who do you know who you were against?
I'm not gonna say his name.
Why?
He ate me alive, bro. He like ate me so bad.
You do look like easy prey.
I was, bro.
To be honest with
I
you,
was a lamb in a group of lions.
Yeah.
I had no business there. Like and he was such a nice guy. He bought me a bottle of Jack. Such a sweetheart.
I will say though, I didn't have the worst position on stage. Where like I wasn't the most hated
Oh,
and
I
the
was.
most ripped on.
Dude, I had comebacks like, that's why you look gay. Like, that's it. That's it. And I love gay shit. Like, I love mimosas. I love rainbows,
That's
bro.
why you look gay.
And he turns out to have like
It's
a
funny.
kid. And
Like in the outside environment, it is kind of
no.
it's like such a like low hanging.
low-hanging fruit. It was
Yeah,
just,
it was-
I was trying to eat it and nah, man.
It's such a cliche response, but it is just.
I
Funny
felt like the guy in the orgy that got the wrong finger in his butt and like got backed up on accident.
because that happens,
No? Oh, my bad.
and there it is. And
Jesus.
there it is. Why this man can't keep a job? You know?
Or a relationship. Or a relationship.
There we go. Let's get into the very sad part of this fucking. No, I'm just kidding. No,
We can start the
We're
sadness.
not gonna do it. Happy dad, just like it says on your fucking hat.
Yeah, I love this
But you have
stuff.
no kids.
I have no kids now.
Yeah,
No.
you have no kids.
Not for lack of trying.
Yeah, but if you are friends with a parent, Matt is friends with that parent or whatever, and you're talking shit about that parent's kid,
It's going down.
he's gonna fuck you.
You're going
up.
down like a $2 whore.
Especially if that
parent's
parent's not there and they're just talking shit about that.
Bro, I
kid.
talk about shit. I don't like kids.
Like that
Kids
callback?
freak me out. Kids freak me out, bro.
Why?
They're little humans that talk shit. They're like drunk people. I love them, but like at the same time, they say some mean stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Like I had my niece tell me the other day. She's not really my niece. She's one of my best friend's kids.
Yeah, but she like sees you as Uncle Matt.
Yeah, she goes, Uncle Matt, you should date taller women. And I was like, why? She goes, because you got nothing in your top shelves. I was
Damn,
like,
bro.
you little motherfucker. I'm gonna fight this little bitch.
Nothing in your top
No,
shelf.
I can't reach it. So
Oh, so she can like help you.
Yeah. So
Holy
she
fuck.
thought into it. She's like at the
Deep
time, she was
cut, bro. Like she got you on the everyday task.
she's like, you got a step stool, we can fix this. Like I'm like, you little
hilarious.
I was so mad. Cause she's like 11 and she's my height. Her dad's 6'9", 6'10". He's a big guy. Big guy. But yeah, she said it in front of a big group of people too. So my charming ass was like really upset about it.
Bro,
Really.
she had an audience, dog.
She did. It was great.
Bro.
It was great.
Damn.
I was
dude.
like, I got to tell people about this. And so I tell people about that. That and the day my niece told me I couldn't call her princess anymore. Because she said that all princesses are drunk idiots.
That's a fair assessment. That's
They
a
are.
very,
Like,
that's a
if
very
you look
mature,
at all Disney
it's
princesses,
a very mature response.
they could have gotten out there.
There's like I feel like I've heard something about this bit, but like every Disney princess is a result of making a bad decision, whether it be
Incredibly,
like
yes.
like a certain type of drug, a certain type of dependency,
Yeah. Not listening to rules.
PTSD,
Yeah.
based on childhood trauma.
Yeah, like you look at, what's the one where she like pokes her finger on a thimble? Or like
Thumbelina or whatever.
I don't know, whatever the one is, where like the dad, I don't know, makes a deal with the devil or like whoever. She pokes her finger on a thimble on a weaving thing. Okay, so he took all the weaving things out of the whole kingdom, but this little gremlin looking dude that made everything to gold. Do you know what I'm talking about? I am so drawing a blank with the name of this thing.
I'm
It's
fucking
Sleeping
drawing.
Beauty. It turns out to be Sleeping Beauty. She pricks her finger, she falls asleep, a bunch of fairies.
But Sleeping Beauty was she given an apple?
No, that was definitely
Snow White. That's Snow White.
Because she wouldn't listen to 7 men that were rich.
That's Snow White.
Yeah.
So Sleeping Beauty.
So Sleeping Beauty pokes her finger on the only thing she was told, don't ever go around these things.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
rid of all of them.
was
If you
like,
touch
fuck
it,
it.
you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to make a quilt tonight.
Yeah.
Bitch, you go to sleep with some fairies now.
She was
And
fucking
you know why
cold.
they can't remake that movie?
Why?
Because imagine casting a bunch of fairies and explain that to what we have now.
They can do it.
Like, they could do it, but what are you going to cast as a fairy?
Julie Roberts.
Okay, but now...
She did it
She did.
in Hook.
Oh.
I'm pointing my camera. That's your camera. That's my camera,
Okay,
man.
I was like, but now the question is what's a fairy?
Huh?
What's a fairy now?
Well,
Is it
in the mythical sense.
Yeah, but we're talking about LGBTQ plus. Is that a mythical or is that?
But like you're bringing LGBTQ plus.
I know, but this is the joke part.
Oh,
Like, do you have a bunch of gay men taking care of them?
Did you get it? Not me.
It's okay. You're brown. You'll get down. But like, could you imagine like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy taking care of Sleeping Beauty right now? She'd have the cleanest fucking castle.
Listen, maybe they need more gay roles.
They do. I agree. But but for that, cleanest castle. It wouldn't be dark and dingy.
Nick Swartzen. Remember when he was what was it? I'm now pronouncing Chuck and Larry, and he was like the gay brother.
Which, by the way, great movie.
Great movie.
Should have
Such a
part
good
two.
movie.
I
So
love
underrated.
them. Oh my god! Did you see what's the guy that played on them? He also played on Here Comes the Boom. He was on Chuck and Larry.
Kevin James.
Dude, Kevin James is an actual legitimate wrestler.
He's a very good athlete.
Dude, where did that come from?
He's spoken by like to a lot of people but he's one of those like kind of like Bert Kreischer, just like a hyper athletic fat guy.
Yeah, I'd like to be one. I aspire to be that eventually. Well, I got part of it down.
It starts with choices.
Yeah.
That's what it does, man. It starts with choices.
I go to the gym so I can go to all you can eat buffets with a trash bag.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. This man's doing it right though. Let me do making it work, making it happen. Like, I mean, what's next? I mean, again, I really don't doubt you as far as what you plan to accomplish and what you want to do. I think that you've attained great result, even to the shows that you've produced. I think are way below your standards, are still beyond above things that I have done and things that a lot of other producers have done. I appreciate all your sentiment and credibility, but again, you're able to do the baseline of what producers need to do is put fucking asses in seats, and you are aggressive at that. You are very, very aggressive with that. Talking to everybody and like, there's no hesitation. I think for me, it's just I'm making whatever social media, you know what I mean, like where I'm trying to say less. And hoping for a result, and then I talked about it with Atharva in our episode, and I clipped it, but having to, they're the people who are like, oh, text me when you have a show, and it's like you have to take the added step with certain individuals for them to take one less step, and they still don't show up, or they say they're gonna come and then don't, you know what I mean, and then don't say anything about it.
And this has been I am very aggressive about this. And the reason I'm aggressive about it is because I'm putting all my eggs in this basket. Every egg I have, if I don't make it as comedy, I'm going to die trying. Mm-hmm. I want to be, I don't know if I want to be the funniest guy in the room, but I definitely want to look out at an audience that appreciates me.
You can bring a fucking lineup that is going to
rip
it up. That I feel that I think you and I very much share that sentiment, because I headlined, I think that my first show that I headlined that one, and I did 20 minutes, and it was like I did maybe a solid 11.
You know what?
But again, I was like, just because I knew it would be probably years before I'd even possibly get a headlining thing, and I wasn't gonna wait for somebody to do it. I'm like, at least I can say I did one and then have it out. But I didn't like it, especially I preferred to produce. And I love putting together a dope line, because everyone said the lineup prior, it was just, and the flow going up, everyone was like, yo,
you told me about that flow.
Yeah.
You and TJ Evans.
Yeah.
Are my big...
another dude I put on because...
easiest guy to cook.
Easiest decision to make. TJ Evans. I got to do a round 2 of that guy.
He might not bring the biggest crowd, but he definitely deserves the biggest crowd. He's the most genuine guy. I've called him about jokes so sweet, at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. He's got kids.
I feel like he can lead a black church.
Bro, he could lead any church.
Yeah, dude.
I'd go.
He would go to any church.
I would go to his church.
You're right, dude.
I would. And I would actually tithe. I don't do that, but...
Actually, he would lead a black church that only whites would go to.
That's fair. That's fair. Where's I going with that? Oh my gosh, I just lost track of thought. I might not be the funniest guy. The 80-20 rule I got from YouTube. I stole it from TJ, and then I saw it resolved in your production, because I think your productions are some of the best. You always have the best camera gear going. You always have a photographer.
I mean, it's functional enough. Yeah,
it works.
Yeah.
There's guys that'll produce a show and not offer video for the comics. Bro, that's like number one.
Yeah,
Even if they just have to buy it.
I think those are small gestures, big impact and stuff. And I mean, not to say it doesn't take a little bit of time, like when you're having this export, send, whatever.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's worth it.
It is in lieu of certain payment. At least if even especially if it produce, let's say one good joke.
Yeah.
Clip it, reel it. You know what I mean?
Clip it,
like
reel it, let it go.
That's for you. You know what I mean?
Because it takes one good joke to get
Because for me, I'm as much as I love giving opportunity, I love what sometimes opportunity breeds, and sometimes it's just that being on that one show, whatever it randomly may be, was where that one person saw you do that, and they were like, "Hey, I have this thing,
and I want you on this,
and I want you on it."
Yeah,
I'm like, I'll never go back to that person and be like, "Oh, I want to cut," like, no, fuck yeah, dude.
And that's the thing about paying people for comedy shows. It's very hard because you never know what you're gonna make.
Well, because most comedians who, especially if they're not producing, they don't understand bottom line.
No, because to produce a show before I walk in the room, I'm $400 or $500 in. Before I walk in the room, because I'm promoting for you, because like we'll use this for example, let's use a Nick Hawk for example. Hey,
Nick Hawk tour.
We're promote a show for Nick, right? Nick, you're the headliner. Okay, now I'm going to go down to your demographic.
The gays?
The gays.
Yeah.
The LGBTQ plus. I'm going to go flyer the shit out of that. That's a full day out of my day. That's $200 out of my pocket. Plus, I'm printing out anywhere between 500 to 1,000 flyers. And for those of you guys who never printed out a flyer, flyers aren't cheap.
Yeah, they're not.
No. And the best way to do that is to go get pictures from Walmart. They're 12 cents a piece. But when you print out 1,000 of them, you're there again, $100 in. Right? So that one day is $300. And I'm going to do that 4 times before I walk in the room. I don't care about the money. Most of my shows, I barely break even. And I'll have full rooms.
And I think that is the medium that people have. I mean, I can even say that I would have a hard time with, you know what I mean? Because it's just especially with, my circumstances are different, right? So I have less to invest sometimes with a lot. I have to stay practical. I just have to. This is the life. The life I have at home is another aspect of something else that I have invested in and know what priorities it lies. Yeah. And it is in the highest in the chains.
And you have a beautiful home.
Thank you. But that's when I would say working with producers like you that are putting in that investment to see that result come through. That's what other producers need to see.
They're not going to do it because they don't want it as much. There's guys like me and you that there's no second chance for us. There's no other option. There's no safety net. And when you take that safety net away, everything you have, everything you love, your family is amazing. You will always go to a show. You will always be there. You are that guy that I know if you say you're going to be there, I don't have to call you again. You'll be there. And I don't have the blessing.
But if I can be there, I'll at least give you enough notice.
Yeah, you're giving 40 days, 45 days. And it was literally and it's not a big deal. But
I'm not still reeling about it.
But as performers, a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't get that. I work. You were mentioning earlier that I'm very good at getting jobs. You're right, because I'll quit a job for a 5-minute set, and I'll go do that set because I don't know who's at that set. I don't know who's going to be there. I don't know what booking's going to come from that.
Yeah, that's what your love for the game of comedy.
Comedy, even comics I don't like, I'm like, I can appreciate what you're doing. I know where you're at today. I love your show. I'm going to come out. I don't care. Don't give me free tickets. That's another thing. Don't ever give me a free ticket. I'll pay. If I can't pay $25 to come see you, I'm not a good enough friend, or I don't appreciate your comedy good enough.
No, dude, because I mean, you got to stay practical. I mean, again, sometimes
$25.
Yeah,
25. That's 2 drinks.
Sure. Okay. All right. In that perspective, but there are comedians who cannot afford.
Okay, but here's the thing:
$25.
if you can't afford it, every show I do, all comics get in free, every time. Oh. Every single time, all comics. And you know what? I know who you are.
Just don't put it on the flyer.
I'll put it on the flyer. I don't give a damn. I don't care. All comics get in free. But I have to know you. I have to see your face out grinding.
At least reach out and be like, hey, man, can I come to your show?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, boom.
Come on. And there's been times, and shout out to a couple of people, there's been times where people don't show up for the show, and I can grab out of
Oh,
the crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, you
Like,
want to do 10 minutes tonight?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And they're ready.
Yeah. They're like
ready.
They're like, fuck yeah, dude.
And it happens more often than you think.
Yeah.
Because I only book five people on a
You
show.
know what? Surprisingly, the few times that has happened where I went to go support a show and they were like, "Hey, man, do you want to do 6 or do you want to do 8?" One time I did 12 minutes. I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" But somehow because I had no prepared jokes, I'm like,
Let's go.
and they ended up fucking rolling. Like I ended up rolling my set, and the jokes I needed just ended up
They
coming to me.
crush.
Yeah, they just came to me. So it is kind of an interesting.
Because you're in this lifestyle. You're not just a comic, you're an entertainer. And that's what makes you a little bit different than everybody else. Because when I see you in a crowd, I'm like, oh, if my host doesn't show up, I'm not worried about it at that moment. I'd be like, yo, I need you for 15.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people you can do that with.
Yeah.
There's like maybe, Jesus, if you had to pick out like the best hosts in the area, there's like 15.
There's a lot.
And 15's not a lot. There's 300 plus comics.
I just got asked to do a comedy show by this. I'm getting to know him right now, but he used to do like a lot of the Indian college parties back in the day.
Oh, I bet you that's
but
gonna
now
be dope.
he's going into the world of comedy with like a DJ after
What's his
party and
name?
everything. Partiv.
Oh, I don't know
everyone
that
calls
one.
him Party. Anyways, he's producing the show at Toyota Music Factory. Has like Vishnu Vaka coming. Paul Varghese is on the show. And then I was like, hey, man, I'm like, well, I 100%, whatever time you're willing to give me, I'll do it. I'm like, I am utilized, though, as a better host. He's like, Alfonso Crow. I'm like, he's good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know he's good. And so, but I'm already booked for a gig in the same weekend. I'm booked for a gig in Chicago.
I mean, you could drop my name. I'll show up.
He's definitely wanted melanin. I can tell you that right now.
I can
He
go
said
for
he
a
said
tan.
Indian or Mexican specifically.
You know, and that's the thing. So that's where the Life Happen brand came from. That's where that all started. Was I was tired of getting booked on all white shows. I'm not an all white comedian.
Yeah, I would put you on my color heavy shows.
Yeah, like
That's the type of guy I am.
yeah, I appreciate that. I need more melanin in my life, but I don't like it because like when you put a black comic and then you put a Mexican comic and then you put an Indian comic and then you put a white comic on a show and then you have a host, that's all you need. Now you have banger after banger after banger from different aspects of life that we might not understand that we can all come together in one moment and be like, damn, I never thought about it from that. We could all be having the exact same conversation, talking about the exact same topic, and all of us have different bits. And it's kind of dope. And that's what I noticed in the very beginning when I did my first show, when I booked the first Life Happens comedy. And I was like, I have to keep to this. This is work. This is money. Like, first of all, black comics are freaking hilarious. They really are. They can say things I can't. I found that women hosts, they organize a show better for the most part, with exception of one show that I've had, but that's okay. I found that when you put Indian comics up there, they grab the crowd because the crowd wants to know what's being said. It's weird. It's really weird. And Latin comics are just fucking hilarious. And then you have the white dude at the end or in the beginning or the middle somewhere, and you're like, okay, this works at Plano, this works at like Comedy Arena, this works here. But you put them in Oak Cliff, don't headline that. And just because you're the funniest guy in the room doesn't mean you deserve that.
I think this is what I'm only gonna say is just subjective to the comedian that you have. I think there are white comedians definitely can hold down to any fucking type of crowd. But
I'm trying.
But again,
I'm trying. That's why I put myself in rooms with like monsters.
But to that regard as well, I mean, I just think that like it's I wouldn't throw white people are the new minority, bro.
Yeah, but like I don't even
Like
want
a purebred white, they're hard to come by.
Yeah,
dude.
they really are. They really are.
You know
but,
what I mean?
But I like the shows that are diverse, man, because you get different laughs.
Yeah.
And when you're in the back as a producer,
You know what? Actually, while you were talking, dude, I thought of a name of a comedy show that would be good. It's because it's like United Nations, but you have UN this comedy show, so it's like you in this comedy show.
boy, I like that.
UN.
Can I steal that?
UN comedy show.
I
It's
might
just
steal that.
You in this comedy show.
I might actually steal that.
Yeah, you and this comedy show.
That's actually real. Yeah, my next one coming up is It's just gonna say Wicked Wednesday, but it's like a night with stars in the
Because
Wicked
imagine
Wednesday.
you telling people like you're like, oh, you're gonna what comedy show you going to? You end this comedy show. They're like, I guess I am in this comedy show.
Right.
I gotta come in.
You got to. And you know what I love about comedy? It's subjective, but at the same time, it's an hour and a half that you forget you have responsibilities. It's an hour and a half that you forget that anything else matters in life except for that laugh.
You know
except
how
for that
good
moment.
is it? How good is it, man, when you're an audience member and then like that comedian is saying a bit and a joke of shit that you are going through right now.
Oh my
You know
God,
what I
it hits
mean? Like-
so hard.
Like
Oh, it's hit so. I'll say this. So,
like,
it's so hard. So I'm gonna take a little turn. It's not gonna be great, but I don't even remember what comic I was watching. It might even have been a podcast of comedians. Anyway, I don't know. So I was going through a little rough time. Like my pops
Yesterday?
passed. No.
Oh, sorry.
This,
Okay,
this,
go ahead.
this is a little bit ago.
sorry, that was a bad joke.
No, it's okay. Every time's a hard time. Like, let's be honest. I didn't do anything. I slept all
Which
day
is what I was
yesterday.
going for. But go back to your dad.
Yeah. So like back to the whole comedy comes from pain.
Yeah.
And I believe that thoroughly. So my real dad killed himself when I was like 6 months old. And then my stepdad did what every good stepdad would do and stepped the fuck up. And he was a great guy, minus the beatings.
Stepdad?
Yeah. Oh yeah, whooped my ass a lot. But
Man, these kids have it good, bro. Like, it's, I'm
and he
gonna
would
tell
tell
you,
me I
man.
got 10 minutes before the police show up.
To be honest, though, the oldest is a boxer too, so part of me is a little scared.
You'd be all right though. But he did the best he could with what he had.
Sure.
And we always had.
Could have done better.
He could have been done. Yeah, but we
Could've
always
done
had
better.
food on the table and we had a roof over our head. And God, it was the Christmas before I started like going heavy in comedy. It was 2 months before my big show. And he goes, man, I can't wait to see you on stage for your birthday. I was like, oh my God, that'd be great. Now, mind you, this guy's got colon cancer. He's got like 3 stages of different cancer. The chances of him making are slim and none.
Damn.
And he didn't make the show. And that's okay. And so there's a clip. I haven't even put it out yet. It'll probably come out whenever I get the full video. That I'm wearing his jacket on a stage. And he goes, the biggest regret I'll ever have is not seeing you in Madison Square Garden. And that was one of the first places we went and saw a concert together. Like, this guy doesn't go out. He doesn't do anything. He's like a country fan.
Sure.
He took me to, I think it was like Kiss or Def Leppard or something. Because, like, yeah, I'm an old school 80s band. And he's like, I can't wait to see you at Madison Square Garden. And then my mom showed up to the event, and I gave my mom the jacket. It was the first time I've seen my mom cry in years. And I'm on stage in front of, it was the first time I actually sold out Planet House Comedy. It was 265 people. And you'll see me turn around and put my arms up, and I wipe the tears off my face. And now I got to go for 45 minutes.
I saw it.
Yeah. Got to go for 45 minutes. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, this is going to be the greatest show. It would turn out to be a woman pissed herself the front row. The woman sitting next to my mom peed herself. And I got a standing ovation on my birthday. I don't know if that was for my birthday. But yeah, let's go. But now I look at it, and I look at a picture of my dad and me a lot. I got a picture of my mama and me and him. And he said to me one time, and I know now it's a rock quote, but he stole it, but I'm going to still use it. He goes, you could treat this as day one and go get what the fuck you want. Or you can always say one day and dream about what the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn. Because I was always that one day guy. Oh, one day I'll do comedy. One day I'll get this. Because back in the early 2000s, I was in West Palm Beach. I did a 5-minute open mic, my first ever one. And Fluffy comes on the stage to close the show. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. I should have capitalized right then. I didn't know what I was doing.
But I mean, it's so hard to capitalize on. You know what I mean? That's a situational, I feel like, standard for me.
Yeah.
It's okay. I always say this, like, whenever I meet someone like a celebrity type of deal, I meet them. I did this with Shaq. I said, hey, I don't want a photo. I'm like, I just want to say thank you and give you my reasons why I want to thank you. And I'm like, but the second time I meet you, I would love to have a photo.
I've met Fluffy 4 times, and he remembers the time that I opened up for him.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, and I DM'd him one time. He's never DM'd me back.
Yeah, it's okay.
But like that time, and then I'm in Washington.
Yeah.
And my job is to produce a show for two comedians I've never heard of.
Yeah.
I sell the show out, and everybody just knows that I'm on the show. I wasn't on the show. It was my first time hosting. I did 19 minutes about how my ex was fat and how she gave me chlamydia. Only one of those is true. but like,
I'm sure she lost a lot of weight.
she has actually. She looks beautiful now. She looks beautiful now. She's watching. She's a lovely bitch. She's the only ex I ever talk about on stage. Actually, I've actually on my birthday, I think it was like 7 or 8 of my exes at the same table. No, they all showed up.
Solid.
I was like, you get the VIP table.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I bought them all around of shots, and I was like, oh, if
That's
you
bold.
only
That's a bold flavor, dude.
It's a flex, bro.
That's a blow flavor.
When they show
I mean,
up,
I don't have any exes in Texas.
let's
you know?
keep it that way. They're
I don't have
crazy.
any exes in Texas. You know what I mean? So I stay safe. I stay safe.
Yeah, but now you got this beautiful wife and awesome kids. I mean,
Yeah, well, which girls just
I saw
got
them.
home.
They popped in.
They just popped in. They got home.
they're adorable.
What time is your interview,
When I get there,
dude? Come
remember
on.
the hang on. Do you remember?
Come on.
Do you remember the conversation?
I do remember the
Comedy
conversation, but again,
over everything.
I know.
The only thing comes over this
But
is my
I
mom.
also care about the
I don't give a
practicality of
shit.
your life.
I could be there at 6 o'clock,
Okay.
and I'll show up like this. I got the clothes in the car.
I want to, well, I do need to, I mean, I was going to, run my hustle to, drive Lyft, but I was going to drive Lyft because I feel like Fort Worth has a good Monday open mic scene. I think there's like 3 places, including Big Laughs, that they do on Mondays.
If they do big laughs, I'll go out there tonight. I'll go gas up the truck and go.
Yeah, but
Just
I mean,
'cause-
I got to get the wifey too.
Bring her.
Nah,
Give her some Benadryl, throw her in there.
there's work to be done on the house. dude.
This house is beautiful.
Still work to be done.
You know what? That's because you're a stay-at-home mom. I'm dad.
Look, she's like early education resource teacher, right? She's dealing with fucking just walking toddlers. She tired. She don't want to go to Fort Worth though.
Benadryl for the kids. Just not too much. No cancer.
No,
You know I met her.
Listen, you had your stepdad with his ways.
He was a
It worked with me.
he was a great guy. He inspired me to do a lot of stuff like like the whole chase your dreams things. Fuck that.
Hold on.
Don't chase them.
Hold on.
Hunt them down.
Billy, Alyssa.
Oh no.
Billy, Alyssa, come over here.
He's calling kids.
Yeah, come on. Girls, come over here.
And they're white names, so it's really weird.
Impromptu question.
Yeah. Oh, she's little. They're both little.
Okay, all right. Quick question. First answer off the top of your heads, both of you, okay? Do I have it in me, or could I possibly ever hurt you? If you make me very mad, do you think that I would ever give you any type of smacking at all?
It's because they're good kids. Look at them.
They are good kids.
They look like little angels, bro.
They are angels.
Could you imagine a kid like me?
Did you even hear them come into the house? No, barely.
They were like walking on clouds.
You only saw Mojo reacting, and you heard his little jingling bell.
Those are little angels.
Thank you for validating me, girls.
You don't need validation.
Go back to doing what you're doing. Yes, I do.
Thank you, guys.
Ryan Garcia's watching.
Is he?
He's trying to catch all the pedophiles and kid beaters and shit.
Oh my God. Can we talk about this for a minute?
You know that's what he's like. That's his in right now because he ain't boxing.
Dude.
He's like going. What was
Just
that?
whooping
That
him.
one dude, the Russian dude, Vitaly.
Yeah.
Remember he was a huge. But like that's what they're doing. They're doing like to catch a pedophile.
Can I be honest with you? I feel like those are the only people you shouldn't give second chances to. Like you go to jail, you die. Period.
You're sick.
No.
No, like you're
yeah.
just sick. Because it's like if you have an attraction point, it's not just an
It's-
interim mistake.
Like if you murder somebody,
you built like that.
Yeah.
You built like that.
Like okay. So for example, like OJ.
There's way more reasons to murder someone than to ever
OJ Simpson,
one.
best reason to murder somebody. If I'm paying you $60,000 a month and I haven't scored a touchdown in 10 years and you're banging a waiter driving my Ferrari in my $2.5 million house, I'm not saying that it's a good idea to murder somebody, but I get it.
I'm gonna wear a small glove and get it done.
They were his gloves. They were leather. They shrunk, man. You see him wearing them on TV.
Well, you know that the prison food, man, is high carb. You know what I mean? And it's
He never went to prison, did he?
Huh?
He didn't even spend a day in prison during the OJ trials.
I think
it was
he
when
did.
he stole the painting of himself
Oh, wow.
because he was smart.
Well, maybe he was stress eating before leading up to the trial.
Stress eating too.
But I don't want to go back into another OJ conversation.
Dude,
you
I
know?
love the OJ jokes. They're so good.
I mean, they just
Those and who's the guy that was roofing everybody? The pudding pop guy.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Why can't you remember any
Bro, I'm having
common name,
Do you
dude?
want an honest answer? I was boxing on Sunday, and I think I took one really hard. Like
I would love
think
to
I got
see
hit hard.
you spar against my stepson, Emmy.
I would do it, but
He's a type 1 diabetic too. It'd be a really fun comedy.
I don't know
video.
what that has to do with him boxing, but I'm down.
He's good. I don't know.
No, I was just.
I
trying
just
to
know
do,
my only defense is a sugar cube right through his mouth.
Duh. Wow, you're trying to kill the kids. I
Yeah,
see
yeah,
how.
listen, I'm gonna overwhelm him somehow. You know what I mean?
I was boxing yesterday and I got hooked by this kid and I'm stuttering a little bit, so I think I'm gonna play off boxing for a little bit. Try to get in shape, man.
Dang, dude.
Tired of having bigger boobs than the girls I date.
Well,
Look like I'm lactating half the
they
time.
love Maddie.
They do. It's weird.
They love Matt.
It's weird.
But do
I
you
love
feel?
it.
But let me ask you this: do you feel like you're friend zoned a lot more than you are taken seriously as like relationship material?
I think I friend zone people faster.
You friend zone the other.
Yeah, because like if I don't like something, I'm like we can be friends. Or that's it.
There's a little bit to that because you friend zone them, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "Why doesn't he want me more than a friend?"
And that's why they
then,
keep showing
and
up.
then
That's why they keep showing up.
Time
There's
and
like
place.
there's two girls that I would love to get in a relationship with. I don't know if they would like it at the same time. They're night and day different people.
probably not.
I don't care. One's like got their shit together.
Sure.
And like super well off. She drives like a Mercedes.
And the other,
one's a psycho.
yeah,
Like she's the reason I got
dude,
my last bar.
it's the
fight.
dichotomy of the angel,
I
and
ju- yeah.
the angel and the demon, right?
Dude, and I invited them both to the show. They're gonna be there.
I gotta be in the show, even if you don't put me on.
I'm putting them. In
When's
same
the
table. It's gonna be October 9th, 7. For my people on CPT time,
Oh
it's
yeah,
7 o'clock.
I that's before I leave for Chicago. So
Where are you going to Chicago
Is it
for?
Thursday?
It's a Wednesday.
I have Statler
What's Statler?
and Statler Hotel
I feel like you're coming down. What time?
from 7 to 11 p.m.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna make that.
I'm not.
We can live stream it.
I'll watch it after.
I can probably live stream it on Instagram or TikTok.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
Have a camera just on them.
Huh?
Have a camera just on them.
Shit. I don't want to put them at the same table
Why not?
because I like them.
You should talk about it.
I'm going to. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm inviting one mom and one dad. I'm
No,
inviting the parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they're both in single families.
Well, you know what you got to do is you have to like they're at their own table, but they're right next to each other, and then you make sure that they're sitting.
no,
like,
they're gonna be across from each other.
right, like you're directly.
Like yeah, it's set
Yeah.
up where it has the
like
lines.
they're the cream filling, then their
Yeah.
parents or whatever on the
They're right
outside of
behind
them.
them.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have a seating chart.
That's how you do it.
That's
And
the
you have
thing.
to have the camera on them, so when that bit comes, you have.
They're gonna be so excitedly. I might lose all
He made a
relations.
joke about us.
He made a joke about us. Wait a minute, you're the other girl. I get it. They're both gorgeous.
But then they start fighting.
no, they won't.
But like they're like fighting for you.
Nobody's gonna fight over a 250-pound hobbit. Like, I appreciate the love.
Unless they're going for that number one slot.
No, one of them I don't. One of them I got to teeter with because she's kind of young. She's like 22.
Speaking of pedophiles,
Wait a minute, she's 22. She just had a birthday. She's the one with her
I'm
shit
like
together.
I keep smacking my my chest.
Trying to hit the button.
And then
Where was
like,
the applause
I don't,
button for
I don't know
22?
what's going on. There's like a fickle connection, but my camera just pops out.
Oh my god, can we talk about something? So
Sure.
I mentioned that I was talking to a 22-year-old and that we get along, we hang out, whatever. And somebody goes, it's whatever you're half your age plus 7. Who the fuck came up with algebra to figure that's a pedophile? If you got to do algebra to figure out if she's old enough for you, you go to jail.
Like yeah, like
You
what
go
is
to
the
jail.
mark, dude? Like
You know what my mark is? 21 to
honestly,
85.
my mark was like no lower or higher than the age of my sister.
How old's your sister?
She's 4 years older, so like 4 years.
4 years up, 4 years down?
Yeah.
See, I have this bit, and I kind of mean it. It's 18 to 85. Usually it's older.
1885.
It's the kind of boobs I want to see.
What?
Like, you know when the first time... Okay, I'm going to give you the bit. I don't care. I'll say it here. It's the first time I'm going to use it.
It's okay. No one's gonna watch it, so you don't. It's not like you have to throw it away.
Oh,
or
they
anything.
are. I'm going to put it on all my Instagram, TikTok, all this shit. The bit is I like my girl. Like, you ever get a dick pic?
No, not recently.
Have you ever gotten one unsolicited and you're like, oh, this is a good day? No, it's never fucking happened in the history of sending dick pics. Guys, stop sending dick pics. Girls,
Stop sending dick pics.
stop sending dick pics.
That I can attest with.
Now.
I said that too loud for my stepdaughters to hear.
Flip this. Have you ever gotten an unsolicited titty pic? Best day of your life.
No.
Oh, you should get your wife on
But
that.
I've gotten like fake. Who
cares
Not
who's
fake.
there?
They're not titty pics, but they're like fake models and shit. They're like, follow me on my Snapchat
Yeah,
Premium. I'm
I'm not
like,
following
why
you.
do you have my number?
Yeah, my bad. I love doing that to people that I don't know.
What leak did my number get to you?
Best day of your life is the unsolicited titty pic. Every time you get one, you could be on your 13th reason. You've got your toaster and your bath water ready. You're ready to go. You get an unsolicited titty pic. You got one more day in you.
Oh, there was.
Think about that.
I remember one time. This reminded me.
Ladies, save lives.
I remember one time. I think I don't know if it was for a gig or I was just out of town somewhere. But I remember I was coming onto an airplane, leaving somewhere, and I was for sure hungover. Right,
That's
for
right.
sure hungover, and then smoked like one last joint.
Oh, we should have done an edible before this.
Before we'll talk about meditation when we finish this up. But had to smoke like a joint before getting on the airplane because the hangover was ridiculous. Fast forward, get on the plane, right? Get an airdrop, and it's just a picture, and it says "Find me." I was single, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And fast forward, whatever woman that was in that picture that airdropped to my phone was not on the airplane. It was just some fucking dudes that were just like, they just they
That's
said
awesome,
it.
though.
Yeah, they said it, and I was able to call it out because I'm like heading to the bathroom, and I'm looking, and I'm just kind of like looking around, just seeing like, is she actually on this plane?
Is it worth talking
and
to?
then I happened to notice some guys who were like watching everybody going down the, you know what I mean? Like giggling. And then I'm like, it was you, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things. I'm like, it was you, wasn't it?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And then they just looked at me and they're like, find me.
Every time I get on an airplane,
I was like, that was good, dude. That was fucking good.
I got airdropped a set of tits at Twin Peaks one time.
Oh,
and I
shit.
saved them. And every time I get on a plane, I airdrop them to everybody on the plane.
No way.
Everybody. I don't care.
Find me.
Fuck your kids. They're gonna see some titties today.
Find me.
Like,
Find me.
They're the best tits I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to this girl from Twin Peaks. I'm not gonna say
Or
her
the
name.
dude who sent it to you.
No, it was definitely her because she told me. She was like, oh no, yeah, best tits I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
They were legendary.
And like, but you never saw it in person.
Oh, I'm not gonna go there.
Oh.
She's a very nice lady.
Doesn't change the fact if you saw him in person
They
or
were
not.
great. Oh my god, I love boobs. I love boobs.
That's fair.
Kids,
That's
don't
super
watch
fair.
this part.
No,
The second favorite.
that's why I pushed the button on the Metro Icon pause. Is this meant for kids? No. Every
But like,
single
think
time.
about it. What in the grand scheme of things, top 5 most beautiful thing you've ever seen. There's like the Grand Canyon.
Boobs are pretty
They're,
nice.
they're top
So
3.
you're more of a boobs man than an ass man?
See, that's where it comes.
It's
into
a tough
play.
question.
Now, are we talking about like boobs on like a regular girl or an ass on a fitness model? Because an ass on a fitness model, that's a BLD, bro.
BLD, big what?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner's getting eaten out of
It's
that.
like everything,
I'm gonna eat that.
It's every course.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat
It
all
don't
that.
matter.
That's
Okay.
a snack, lunch, dinner. I'll survive on that.
There you go.
Yeah, this will be.
It should be BLD. Throw brunch in there. They probably into that shit.
right. This is human centipede, real life.
You're
Fuck that.
That's fair.
No, but like, oh my gosh, oh my god, I met this new fitness model. She's
boobs are more fun, man.
Boobs are fun, but like-
boobs are fun, but ass
but like when you see a good
ass
ass,
is just the best.
your neck will break. You see a pair of tits, you're just like,
Yeah,
like you can't see the areola,
yeah, man.
but like a good ass. Anyway,
I'm right there with you.
but like at the end, this is horrible. We took a turn for the worst. But no, that's
I'm only thinking about one pair anyway.
those
so.
are yours. I
Yeah.
have at least a half dozen. By the way, I run people's OnlyFans if you want to like and subscribe. It's another job. That's why I never
Always
broke.
looking for the app. There it is. I have a lot of OnlyFans people who subscribe to my show.
I do. How many subs do you have right now?
DIA Media probably has like 64.
Let's play a game. Me and you, we're gonna work together on this because I love this whole setup and everything. Let's get you a regular. I don't know. Let's set a goal for the year. Like, how many months left?
I like
2?
goals. It's September, so there is 3 more months. With the days ending in September,
And how
October,
many
November,
subs do
December.
we have?
64
Let's play a game.
on YouTube only.
Can we get you 200 by the end of the year?
200?
200.
I would love 200.
200. What can we do?
I would sure beat the Dingbat district. That's for sure. Paxton coming after you, bro.
Oh, I love Paxton's.
I love Paxton Bailey.
Paxton Bailey. Oh, I love him. He's fucking hilarious.
He's a good dude.
Let's play a game. If you can get to 200, obviously I'm gonna put a little sprinkle on top. What are you willing to do? And I'll do something in return.
If I get to 200 subs by the end of the year,
Yeah, 200 subs
for
3
my
months.
YouTube page.
YouTube page.
Because that's where the full episodes are.
Correct.
You know what I mean? 200 subs by the end of the year. Is this like a comedy show? Or is it just like fucking
Anything. Anything goes. You could even say a free comedy show.
How about this? How about this?
I love these. I love these.
Okay.
I love inspiring people.
No matter what.
Yes.
No matter what, you and I do a comedy show, like going into the new year.
Let's do that. Yes.
Okay. Let's say like end of February-ish, beginning of March.
Okay. Let's do that.
We'll figure it out. Whatever venue we do
Done.
a comedy show.
That's done.
Okay.
We'll figure that out.
If I get more than 200 subs, I'm you know what, I gotta go higher.
Okay. Let's go higher.
250.
Okay.
Let's just do 250. I like that quarter.
I like 50.
Okay, so 250 subs. If I get at least 250 subs,
Yes.
then this comedy show, I will do my set in a woman's dress.
I like that idea, but I let's step it up one. Step it up one for fun.
And if I don't,
Yes.
you do it in a woman's bikini.
I'll do that regardless. I don't care.
I'm like saying was so modest for myself. Like I'm gonna put myself in a long
pick
ass
the dress.
sundress and
No, I get
shit.
to
I'm
pick
gonna
the
look
dress.
nice, dude.
You're gonna look like a hoochie mama down in Deep Ellum.
You gonna dress me, bro? You
Yeah.
gonna thrift store dress me, bro?
All right. But let's flip this. What's your Instagram followers?
It's like 2,800 or something like that.
Oh, so you're more than I am so far. Okay, I'm gonna pull up my Instagram.
Still have more people to support you on your shows though.
Man, all right. So on Matt Edmonds Comedy, I have 1189.
I definitely worry more about my YouTube channel growing for sure.
Okay, so
I feel like that will organically, if my YouTube,
it's gonna organically grow.
yeah, it will organically spread to all
YouTube's
of my
hard.
other stuff.
YouTube's
yeah.
hard.
And I want YouTube. I'm focusing on YouTube.
Okay, so your Instagram's good. Your YouTube, we want 200 plus followers in the next.
250 would be great.
Okay, so let's play this game. If we can get a good venue, we have to get a good venue. Obviously, it has to hold at least 60 plus.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do a show. Let's do $20 tickets, $15 promo code, whatever.
Okay. I got a place right down the street. We can go there.
We got a lot of places right down
We
the
can
street.
go. We can go right now.
We could. 50% of the proceeds go to a charity of one of our choosing.
See, you were humble as fuck. I thought we were like doing something that is like at the disparity of the
I
other
don't do
person.
disparity. 50% goes to a charity.
We
If
choose-
if you beat me, you get to pick the charity. If I beat you, I get to pick the charity.
Okay.
Do you know 50% of all proceeds of Life Happens Comedy goes to charity?
Oh, that's
Every single
dude.
time.
You know what, man?
don't
Teddy
promote
C.
that.
My episode Teddy C just came out.
Teddy's great, by the way.
But this episode will come out in 2 weeks. But when he talks about that, is that like the Triple C show that he does? That is like a free show.
See, I didn't know that.
It builds to charity.
That's why I like to. So when I first started this, I was doing $10 tickets. Okay. And if you guys don't know, dealing with some comedy houses is very difficult. Like you might have to buy a room, and the room can range anywhere from $250 all up to $3,000. And you get 3 hours, right? You can do splits.
I already have my charity, but go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I know which one mine is too. I usually donate to 1 of 5. 1 of 5 is a lot. And then, but when you're doing it for charity, I do it through my LLC. Which if you're not LLC, get on that. bro.
Yeah. No, I have.
You're a promoter. You know
I got
what
my
it is.
media companies.
Yeah. Life Happens is. I mean, I got so many write-offs at the end of the year, but the reason I started doing it for dropping 50% is because I do okay. I can make my rent. My bills are paid. But there's people out there struggling. And there's people out there that can't chase the dream that they want. Yo, if I can drop $100 in your pocket, here you go. Have a great day. Or like the women's shelter in Dallas. That's a big one we do. I think I've donated. I think it's like $2,400 from last year, which I'm blessed to say I can donate $2,400, which most comics.
It's a solid number.
Yeah, that means I made $5,000 just right there. Most comics can't say that, especially year 2. The reason I started doing that is because I am so unbelievably thankful for guys like you that paved the way and showed me this is what you can do. Do not take no for an answer. Do not back up against the wall when you're told no 100, 200 times. Screw that. I'll see you at 201. I'll see you 201 to tell me no. I'll see you. We'll renegotiate the contract whenever. Hey, I'll sell this building out. And that's how I pitch things. If I don't make 50% on the door, I make nothing on any of my shows. And that is my pitch. And if I can make you 50%, cool, we'll talk then.
That's fair.
Because if I can't make
you have to present it as a producer, especially for the venue owner. We're like, listen, this is a win-win possibility. There's no way you could lose.
Correct.
Take away any risk of loss, and especially throw away good.
And that's what I took from you, man.
You're like good PR, yeah,
Dude,
throw like a good initiative that's doing something beyond. But hey, you're not going to lose any money.
Exactly.
And
that's why, dude, I took so much when I first started hanging out with you, bro. I would you'd see my notebook. Half of that was jokes, half of that was shit we were saying. Like, if you guys don't know, Shawn Kay, the knowledge I got from you in the first 3-4 months was
the
fucking
random
goat.
times that you and I would just be talking, and you're like, "Hold on, I need to record this," and then I'm like, "You want me to go back into the conversation when I know there's a camera being pointed at my face?"
100%.
I was like,
And who else did that?
"All right,
Who else did that?
nobody,
Who else is selling 200 seat tickets?
nobody."
Who else is selling at every venue they're going to?
Matt Edmonds.
And the reason I'm doing it is because of guys like you that didn't gatekeep the little things, man. Like, yo, get a photographer there. Get a fucking photographer there. Every show. It doesn't matter if it costs you $200-$300. $200-$300.
Sometimes it does.
It's
know your bottom line.
Know what you're paying.
Yeah.
Before I walk into a venue, it's
Or
$500.
get a guy like Sam Brand who's going to give you both.
Oh, and Sam Brand, he'll do your headshots. He'll do a 4K video
Sam
for
Brand.
you.
You can catch our episode. I don't know what number it is, but
Oh, Sam Brand's a goat. Sam Brand's my dog. We can get him on the
I
phone
love
right now.
Sam Brand. Terrible interviewee, but he was like apologizing to me. He's like, "Sorry, it was so boring." I'm like, "It's okay. I needed one."
Bro, he is.
But he's a good ass dude, and he cares so much.
And he
He's
loves
so
you.
passionate. Yeah,
He loves his work, bro.
yeah, he loves the work that he does, and he loves working with good people. So
He's got a guy
Sam
that
Brand's
he's
a good
beefing
guy.
with right now, and he told me who it was. And I'm not gonna.
he will tell you.
Yeah,
That
he-
man will.
he will.
He will talk about the gossip of the
He knows more
the
than we do.
know-how and like don't.
How do you think I stay up on all upcoming comics?
Sam Brand
Sam Brand called
telling
me.
you the brands to follow.
Yo, he'll call me like 2:30 in the morning. Yo, I sent this clip. I haven't posted it yet. I'm sending you their 10-minute video.
Yeah.
Do you know how many 10-minute videos of people I don't know how I have? Like at least 80. Yo, he's like, yo, you got to check this girl out. She just did a Dallas Comedy Club. She's fucking hilarious. She's talking about like some shit to do with The Bachelor. You got to watch her, bro. This dude sends me her set. She doesn't know this yet. That's how I figured out who she was. I just thought she was good energy from Jersey. I was like, I love this already. I'm from Jersey. I'm from Elizabeth.
Oh.
And sends me her set. I meet her like 2 days later at Plano House of Comedy.
Oh no shit.
And she's like, yo, nice to meet you. I heard you're a producer in the area. Yada, yada, yada. I was like, yo, Sam, he put a little salt, a little bit of sugar in there.
Yeah.
I booked her today. I didn't know she was on. That's why I called the Star-Studded Night, because I got somebody with 235,000 followers on Instagram. She was on The Bachelor.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I think the name needs work.
Oh, well, it's just going to be Wicked Wednesday.
That's all you're just calling it?
That's just all it's
Oh,
called.
okay. Because I thought you were doing like the whole start.
No. That's just going to be on the flyer.
Okay.
No, just going to be called Wicked Wednesday. Life Happens present Wicked Wednesday. Reason I do it that way.
Socially star-studded. Yeah. That's what you got to call it.
Yeah, I got a guy, Sam Quinn Pratt. If you guys get Fuck Karen merch, you know what I'm talking about on TikTok. He's all over DFW.
Okay.
Anyway, he reached out to me and he's like, "Yo, I would love to do a set with you." I was like, "Give me 10 minutes." And this is for my birthday. This is February. And he's like, "I don't got it." I was like, "Okay, get back to me when you do." Click. We're done. I don't need to talk to you from there. If you're not funny, you don't have a set, I can't work with you. If you're not willing to put the grind in, I can't work with you. He's got 4.1 million followers. He's been doing open mics to be on the show. And I was like, "I got you. You got 10 minutes." And you know, shows are 15 minutes.
Right.
He's like, dude, I'm so blessed to have
But
10 minutes.
especially if he's from around here, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, you only need like less than 1% of his followers.
1%.
Less than %.
And I asked him, I was like, hey, I
Just
can't.
probably sell out the show.
Well, I asked him not to promote it for 3 weeks because I want to have my people come out. I want to have the Life Happens comedy people come out. The everybody's fan base be able to have the opportunity.
But I do like the idea of a charity show.
Yeah, I love charity shows.
And I didn't want to work it. And, you know, with the whole concept of charity show, it doesn't matter who ends up winning. We can
We
still
always
have-
win.
We can, no, well, I'm just saying, like, to whatever
Yeah,
bet to win.
250.
You know what I
250
mean?
by February, we could do that.
250 subs.
250
No,
by
by the end, you said by the end of the year.
Yeah, but you also said the show
By
would
the
be
end
on
of the
February.
year, so then that way we have the result,
Okay.
and we do the show by the end of February. So we
Okay.
have whoever wins, they're like, okay, this is where the favor's going, so this is where the charity is
It's
going.
going to be great. I like the idea of the charity. I mean, even if we do 50-50, I'd still promote whatever I make.
Even
on that.
but regardless, we're still.
Yeah.
The major proposal is the fact that we're doing a show for charity.
It's going to be great, bro.
Yeah, by the end of
I love charity shows because you know what? You bring everybody out and then you don't even tell them that it's for charity. And then they're out and then they're like, oh, these guys are actually doing something nice. And it doesn't matter. Like, I always announce it at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Hey, 50% of the charity is going to this. The reason I do it at the end is I don't want you to come out and spend your money because you thought it was for charity. I want you to come spend your money because you want to come see comedy.
You're right.
The reason I do it for charity is because at the end of the day, there was a time when I didn't have. If it wasn't for people helping me, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here alive. I wouldn't be here talking to you.
You got to pay it back.
You got to pay it back.
Yeah.
And you don't pay it 1-to-1. It's got to be 10.
Yeah.
Tenfold, man.
You got to put it up.
Like the one day or one day or
Blessings
or day
breeds
one.
blessings.
And that, dude, I heard something on this. Oh my god, we're gonna dive deep real quick. I know we're running a long ass podcast.
I know you already an hour and a half late to this goddamn interview and
Fuck
shit.
the interview. This is moments, man. Moments are created, bro. So you just said blessings, right? I don't believe you've had any blessings. I don't believe you have. I don't believe I have either.
I have blessings in the other room.
No. You worked hard for that. You worked so hard for that, man. You as a man. I
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
To be honest.
You had them fly from another state to be with you
Yeah, that was their choice.
because you're such a good guy.
No. Okay.
Okay, you're a good fucking man.
I'm not used to somebody giving me so many compliments on
Get
my
the fuck
show.
over it. Wrong show.
It's-
Wrong
it's-
show. This is not a
it's-
regular show, bro.
No, but I understand, but it's still my show, Matt. And you're my goddamn guest.
it's
I don't
not a regular
I don't
show.
want to hear these fucking compliments because I don't know how to deal with it, okay?
Here's the deal. If you are not the man you are, you don't have the family you do. And a blessing is not, I always tell people, a blessing comes when you least expect it. Is when you don't ask for it.
No.
The people who ask for it and pray to God or pray to Allah, Buddha, Jesus, whoever you believe in, are
All
the
of
people.
them.
Yeah. Same. I don't care who the messenger is. Did you get the fucking message? Did you get the message? Be a good man.
Be a good person.
Period.
There we go.
Period. And good men are hard to find right now.
That's right.
Strong men are even harder to find. Right? We're raised in a moment of weakness
Also,
in the
good
world.
man with good dick.
He's got a massive one,
It's just black, bicolored, not size.
and it's weird because he's brown.
Yeah.
It's discolored, but it's amazing.
Doesn't make sense to me.
But no. So blessings. So people pray for blessings.
Yeah.
Right? A blessing doesn't come when you ask for it. A blessing comes when you earn it. Okay? Because I believe you are favored by God. What other God do you believe in? I believe in a higher power.
I want God to favor me next Monday at Kill Tony for my 13th attempt. Look,
He's going to.
I'm okay. I'm okay not being selected.
Correct.
I'm okay that maybe comedy.
You going next Monday?
Yeah, I'm going.
Let's
next
go
Monday.
together.
Okay, so
Let's go together. What time are you leaving?
So Diego Morales is also coming with me. So if you want to carpool it,
I don't know who Diego is.
Diego Morales.
Which one's that?
Diego Morales. So Texas Chuckle.
Hang on.
Anyways, you will get to know him because he's not only a dope comedian, very big, dope producer. He hustler, dude.
Okay.
My episode 50 with him was my longest episode.
We're going to beat that tonight.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. dude.
How long was that?
Well, right now, dude, our interview technically is at like an hour and 55 minutes.
That's not that bad.
It's
We're going to have to chop it up.
It's pretty long because 90 minutes is usually my cap. If it goes over 90 minutes, it's because it is like an indulging, engulfing conversation for me. So yes, there is that. There's that benefit.
But let me finish this. Let me finish this spiel
Go ahead.
about the blessing thing, and strong men and stuff like that. So a blessing isn't when you ask for it. People ask for them and people beg for them,
Yeah.
and they wonder why it's not being given to them. But when you earn it, and I say you are favored by a higher power, whatever your God belief is, you're favored by that, right?
Yeah.
But you know who you're also favored by? The devil himself.
Yeah.
Because of God's strongest warriors are also favored by the devil's strongest warriors. So you got to pick your poison every day.
Sure.
And you as a man has grown to a beautiful family. Bro, I see your family. You got the cutest kids and you didn't even have to do nothing for them. You got this dime piece of a wife. And then you got guys like me who I'm grinding every day to pay rent. I'm grinding every day.
I mean,
but
dude,
I pay
I'm
my
grinding.
poison.
I'm grinding too, but like again, I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
You're a crazy
I'm
grinder.
Not, I thank you, and I'm not minimalizing anything that
No.
you say. I'm just let me just go ahead and just tag this real quick that it's that higher universe, that higher positive universe that you are trying to reach to, right? And whatever that might be, knowing that the negative side is also trying to pull you in because it sees you struggling, so it knows that it can reach in and probably remanipulate you away from your path.
Exactly.
But then when you keep staying on that path,
It's got no choice.
and that positive universe, sometimes that positive universe will still take a step back and just keep watching how strong you can keep moving forward.
Correct. And you know what? This is a great time to post this because we are dealing with Suicide Awareness Month.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever dealt with it.
I did.
I'm gonna say something for the first time ever.
If this is thoughtful, I want you to save it for the end because the way I end.
Okay. We'll end this on the end. Just remind me.
Well, it'll be a last sentiment that you're gonna leave off to the episode.
Okay.
So if it's that good, then
Oh, it's good. It's good.
okay, then save it.
And the reason it's good is because I believe you should always have somebody in your corner
yeah.
that no matter what time of day it is, you call.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody on this
And
podcast.
I will graciously admit, I put myself in positions that are too distracted. You know what I mean? Where it's like I'm not calling as often to the people that I should.
But you have a family.
Yeah.
Those are the people you should be calling.
Yeah. I did that.
That right there is the only thing that matters.
Dude, when I was in California for 4 days, dude, it's one thing when I do an out-of-state gig because most of the time I'm away 2 days max.
Yeah.
Most of the time now, it's like I'm flying out early morning, like a early red-eye flight, sometimes even after a gig, going in, leaving the next morning after the gig to come back because being away from them is like...
It sucks.
It's hard. It's hard. And this last one, I was away for 4 days in California, and like, yo, I was missing them like
Bro, that's
crazy,
beautiful.
dude.
That's beautiful, man.
I was missing them like crazy, dude.
But you know what? That's when you know you made the right decisions. That's when you know you did right. That's when you look in the mirror and be like, God damn, it might be a rough day. I got this power behind me.
They all thought I was fucking crazy, dude.
Bro, you are crazy.
They all
Screw
thought
that.
it was crazy, bro.
Think about
They
it.
were like, why would
Bro,
you
you're-
put yourself in this? How can I? Because others can't.
Others won't.
Others won't.
It's not that they can't. You did it.
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living? You bust your ass every day. You entertain the masses.
There's a lot of compromise, and trust me, they could see me more for sure.
Yeah, but you have a
But
room that they set up for podcasts that they don't mess with.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I have dogs. I don't even have that.
The dog don't even mess with it. He's laying over there just looking, and he's like, okay.
I saw something on Saturday. I cried a little bit about it. Saw these two old
I'm not
couples.
surprised, but
Yeah,
go on.
I'm soft like Charmin. Remember? I saw this old couple dancing, and they had to be like 85, and they were dancing together to like Limp Bizkit. And like, I work at this place called the Revel, and they,
Yo, that's where the fuck.
Yeah.
That you work there now,
yeah, I've been working there.
bro. What the shit?
I work
That was the
everywhere.
place. That's the place I was just gonna say. We could go right down the street to go find. It was the
That's
Revel.
Wednesday nights
That's
open mic.
so funny, dude.
Wednesday
So with
night
Dave
open mic.
Corley.
Yeah. Open mic Wednesday Revel. If you
Yeah.
guys want to check it out, I'll be there.
And you know what? I will say this too. For open micers in the comedy game, look for music open mics. Go to music open mics because comedy open mics, you're only going to get 3 to 5 minutes. But go to a music open mics, they're going to give you like at least 2 songs worth
Yeah.
of time. So you're talking about minimum 6 to 8 minutes.
And some places will give you 10.
Yeah.
Balcony Club
Okay,
was the
Dave
first
is
give
giving me like 15 minutes before, like, just like letting me cook. He's like, just go, dude.
Just cook. Just cook. As long as you stay away from certain topics, like don't be derogatory.
Yeah, I talk some shit.
And then the balcony club's a really dope place. If you want to cut your teeth,
Yeah, that's a good one
balcony
on
club.
Mondays. Yeah, that's a good one on Mondays.
Yeah, that's my favorite. If I got a new joke that's kind of edgy, I go there, because they'll give you love, or they'll cut your throat.
Yeah,
there's no happy month, and that's why
I might go there tonight.
Yeah, balcony club's a
because
good spot.
they're a little bit later too. I think
They're
right?
like at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9:30. I'm going out tonight.
I want to go if I can go early, sign up early, and then that way I can go up. That way I can bring Pilar.
Yeah, I like
because man, you know, it's dude, we can't have late nights during the week.
That's fair.
And I already got mine and shit when I have my gigs and stuff.
That's complete. But you're doing great though, man. Like, I wish I was booked as much.
I'm
as
just
you.
trying. You know what I mean? Like I am very fortunate. I'm very blessed. And then again, not to say that it's not a struggle. It certainly is. But somehow the universe keeps responding and giving me those blessings a lot of times in the 13th hour to allow me to provide for my circumstances, my priorities.
Like
you know?
I said, when God loves you, He loves you, bro.
I think so.
Like whatever blessing, whatever higher power. I don't. And if you don't believe in a higher power, whatever.
God loves you, and lesbians love your shorts.
I love my shorts.
Yeah, dude.
I love these things. They're so comfortable.
Listen, dude.
You can't see them.
I love you.
Are we gonna end on a note?
We're about to close up because here's the deal, dude. And I'm throwing this stamp out that you were gonna come back for another round.
Hell yeah, we're gonna do it.
I know we're gonna have time because you're gonna have time.
All right.
You're gonna make time no matter what.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like the 1 o'clock setting.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it doing it once before, but like I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
with that,
but I appreciate you because you're like, let's do this damn podcast, and I'm like, Monday, you're like, let's do it. I'm like, all right, let's go.
I called in sick to work today.
Yeah.
No, I literally called in sick, and I was like, I can't come to work today.
Calling in sick to the interview for your next job.
Hey, when I tell you, comedy comes first.
So
these
funny, dude.
things right here, these
matter
moments
to
for me
you.
are matter. But what I was gonna say, we're gonna close it out. I always like to close out like my stand up with some positivity and things like that.
There it is. Final sentiment. Don't need to give you the spiel.
Yeah.
Matt Edmonds, give it to him.
So it is Suicide Awareness Month. My DMs on Instagram are all open. If you DM me, I will call you.
What is your Instagram?
Matt Edmonds Comedy on all social media platforms. If you DM me and I see it, I will call you. Not DM you back. This month, I will call you directly. If you need to talk, I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care if it's 5 o'clock in the morning your time, 3 o'clock in the morning my time. If you're having those thoughts, because I've dealt with them myself very recently, and if it wasn't for my friend Katie, I wouldn't be here. And we're talking 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks ago. The comedy thing for me is not just an outlet. These podcasts are not just an outlet, man. This is my heartbeat.
Yeah.
And every time I get on a microphone, whether it's here, whether it's on a stage, whether it's on an open mic, those are the very few times I feel alive. I work 60 hours a week to have those moments. But when I tell you my Instagram DMs are open to anybody, I don't care where you are, I don't care what you want to talk about. These will not be talked about anywhere else with anybody else. Surviving every day is hard. Do not think you're alone. My DMs are open. I will call you back. Just give me a little bit of time. Because at the end of the day, we all struggle with different things. We all struggle with our backs are against the wall. We never know the next step. We might have gone through a breakup, being fired, losing our job, losing a family member, losing in life for months on end. And you feel like today's your last reason to be here.
Or losing hope that it's going to get better.
Right. Yeah. Let me tell you, I want you here. My DMs are open. Then a whole month, you DM me directly. I don't even care what time it is. I will get back to you. Give me a couple minutes, maybe an hour or two, because I do work a lot. I will get back to you. Period. Because if it wasn't for my friend Katie, I would not be here. And we're talking 3.5 weeks ago. We're talking, she came over, eliminated all.
We're talking, you're still feeling it.
I'm talking right now.
Yeah.
I would not be here.
Yeah.
I'm talking the reason I started going heavier in the comedy 3.5 weeks ago was because my friend Katie saved my life. And if it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. I wouldn't be here having this conversation. And if it wasn't for her boyfriend being a good guy and letting her answer a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning and having her come over and eliminate all my pew-pews out of my house, I'm not here. This stuff is real. And that's why I don't mind doing the donations to charities. And that's why I like to bring somebody that's on a lower basis than where I'm at. Not saying we're not on the same level, but that's why I like taking comics that are smaller, because I know the pain of getting into comedy and how many times you get told no, or how many times you're on a list till 4 o'clock in the morning and there's nobody in the crowd and you still have to do your 3 minutes. The hardest part of this gig is making it to the next day. And there have been days where my back has been against the wall and I'm like, screwed, I'm done. I'm going home. This is my last night. I had a date planned. And my best friend Katie saved it. And that's why this year and from here on out, there is nothing going to stop me from not only being the funniest guy in the room, not only being everybody with me who's been there since the hey, good job on your first set. Try this different. Constructive criticism. Get your hands out of your pocket. Show up to every gig. A showman shows up. Dude, that sits in my fucking head every day, bro. You know, be the better man. Be the better person. These all came from Shawn, TJ Evans, all the people that have been helping me since the get. If that wasn't for you.
But it also takes your awareness to listen, dude. I mean, so like again, like and I'm grateful for the words that you're saying. I know this is your last sentiment.
It's
but
okay.
I just wanna state that like it's the individual that puts in the work. People can have their signs and their signals thrown in from the universe or from close friends. It takes you to have that sense of awareness to follow through, to understand and really know where you're at and understanding where you can go and what you can do, but also taking you out of the realm of like, just like it won't get better. Because I mean, that I do know, maybe not as recent, and so I feel you on it, and I could see it, right? This is definitely the most like emotionally impactful last sentiment.
Gotta get it, bro. You gotta let them know.
You know, but I appreciate your vulnerability for it. I'm just gonna stay. Thank you for staying and thank you for showing up.
Hey man, gotta show up. A showman shows up. Somebody told me that a couple years ago.
I wonder who that is.
But that's why I treat every day like day one. Everybody's day one.
There we go.
I got one more day in me. I literally have a tattooed on my back, OMR, one more round. And if you're fighting with it, fighting with that mental health, fighting with that emotional back, you got somebody in your corner. I want to see you tomorrow. I want to see you on October 9th. If you're battling, DM me. Maybe you get a couple free tickets. I don't do free tickets, but maybe you get a couple free tickets.
Either way, you probably will.
Yeah.
But I look forward to many more days with you, Doug.
Hey, me too, man. Like, some days are hard, but the hardest thing I could ever do is give up. Yeah. And I know I got a couple angels on my shoulder. I know all of us do. And the hardest part is when I step on the stage for Madison Square Garden, and I got you, I got my boy T, I got Zach Marchand. I'm saying, bro. I will tell you my lineup.
Let's go.
It's gonna be you, Zach Marchand. It's gonna be G Baby. It's gonna be TJ Evans and Nick Hawk.
That's a beautiful dream.
That's my 5.
There we go.
They've been there for me.
But if we ain't there, I'll still be there.
Fuck that bitch. Get on the plane. We're going to the top. That's the only place you're going to see.
All right, Matt, shut the fuck up so I can close it.
You could do it all.